Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sharp Talk Podcast. I'm Tom, aka Tom Hosting Outdoors on YouTube and Instagram. I'm joined by my co-host Alex, who is Alex's Knifebox on YouTube and at Alex_Knifebox on Instagram. Gerald, who you can find on both YouTube and Instagram as Outpost76. We have a special guest with us today, Nick, who is Stassa23 on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for joining us, Nick.
Thank y'all for inviting me.
Steve should be joining us at some point, but he's late as usual, so whenever he joins, he will join. So, yeah. As always, guys, what are we carrying today?
We'll start with our guest.
Oh, I got two on me, as always. Left pocket, Oz Machine Company, Roosevelt. And my right pocket's a new acquisition. If I can get it out. It's a Open L modded knife by Wells Blade Works.
Oh, very cool.
He turns it into a liner lock. It's got a lock and it's got a thumb stud. And it's
Oh, really? Wells, I didn't know
love
you can
it.
do that.
Yeah, he just started doing these, I think, the beginning of the year, maybe. And I bought a custom from him. He made me another knife not too long ago, and he just made me this one. So
He's
loving him.
so nice, man.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. I still have him.
Probably, he's probably the best person I've dealt with whenever I got a knife made for me.
Yeah. His
It's so
prices
nice.
are killer, too, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Who's next?
Gerald.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna take it out of my pocket. It's the same 8015. I haven't changed in like 4 or 5 months.
That's awesome.
8015s
And
are
since
awesome.
since everybody's sick now, the only stuff I'm carrying outside the house is
A tissue?
stuff I can just wash with soap and water.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
So I got a couple knives that I take outside the house. The other side, I don't take anything else outside the house.
Spidey Chef.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Tom, what are your tiny hands holding?
Since
today?
I'm not working today, the only thing I really throw in my pocket on my days off is just a little Swiss Army knife. Little Victorinox hiker.
Nice.
I normally don't
Nice.
carry a full-size knife around if I'm not leaving the house.
But that is a full-size knife for you.
Yeah. Whatever.
Dude, come on, a classic is a full-size knife for him. Come on.
A cadet?
Yeah.
All right. I am carrying my newest knife that I just got from Fareed Mer. It's a custom K2. It's actually a mini,
Awesome.
and that's the first flat ground that he's ever done. I guess it's the only one so far. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little knife. It's got like a lock stick like all of them do. But it goes nice with my big one.
Yeah, it's
That's what she
what's the
said.
size?
I haven't measured it, but I would have to guess this blade's no more than, I would say like 3.4-ish, 3.5.
So
So
the
it's
mini's
not-
still a decent sized knife there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the K2 is a monster, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And when I bought the K2 like 4 or 5 years ago, when I got it, I'm like, holy shit, I kind of wish that I got the mini. So he's been pumping these out on Instagram. And he's actually starting to work on, he flashed some pictures of some S90V in Damascus, which will be pretty sweet. So, yeah, that's what I got today. It's interesting little knife.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah.
I missed when Spyderco was making the K2.
Yeah.
That was a cool one.
That
Yeah.
was a cool. Well, you know why they were supposed to make a mini, but him and Sal got into it on Blade forums, and then
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep.
and then that ended that real quick.
He's actually still pretty active on Blade forums.
Is he
Yeah,
Fareed?
yeah. I
Yeah.
see him on there from time to time when they bring up either his knife design or a steel that he's worked extensively with.
He's an interesting character. I mean, I talk to him every once in a while. He's known to have one of those personalities where like kind of don't piss me off kind of personality.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I've never had an issue with him. He's always been good to me. You know, and his knives are constructed really well. I want to say they're a little bit on the crude side, you know, like compared to, you know, like if you take this, right, and then you take this Weiss Synergy next to it,
Right.
you know, this is more of a just a crude, like slabs of titanium and D3 tool steel. Like it's kind of like a tool, you know, but the big one is just ridiculous. It's not even fun to carry. So this one actually for me was pretty good buy, just because I like those Persian blade designs. They speak to me.
What's his price on that, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't mind you asking one bit. These are $550 and $25 shipping from the UK.
Well, that's not too bad.
That's
No.
not bad. Not for a full custom.
No. Yeah, so yeah.
What's has anybody bought anything new lately?
I just showed you what I got.
Those are your new ones.
Well, the newest is the slip joint.
Yeah.
I mean the open L. I've had the Oz for a month or two now.
Okay.
Very cool.
Gerald, should I skip you?
Yep.
Okay. Tom?
We talked about it last podcast, but it wasn't here yet. The Rex 45 Mannix. So
Oh, nice.
I've carried that pretty much exclusively since I got it for about the past 2 weeks. I'm really digging it.
Very nice.
Rex 45 is doing pretty darn good. The scales are getting kind of dirty, which was kind of disappointing because I didn't think orange was going to get super dirty like that, but it's whatever. They'll clean up.
Yeah.
And then,
you should be washing your hands with the COVID-19 going on.
listen, I wash my hands. I don't wash my knives.
Do your hands go on your knives?
That's fine. It's all good.
So how do they get dirty if your hands are clean?
Because they're sitting in my pocket, and then my hands are dusty, and then I touch my knives, and it gets dirty. It's just
So your hands are dirty.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you work.
Oh. What are we trying to say here?
Oh shit.
All right.
But then earlier this week, I got the 10V PM2 in as well.
Nice.
Haven't carried it yet, but I just posted my first video on it. Did a little bit of using and sharpening.
How's it sharpen?
I sharpened it freehand. I'm trying to do more freehand, and it sharpened very, very nice. For extremely high carbide steel like that, the type of edge that came up was awesome. Very impressed.
Very nice. It's very operator with those coyote tan handles.
I almost got the DLC version of it because I think it just looked so much better, but I fucking hate DLC, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't
I
stand
feel you
DLC.
there. Feel you there.
What do you get new, Alex? Other than that mini K2.
Well, I got the mini K2. I brought out a couple knives because I can't remember if I showed these. I think I showed this one, but there was such poor lighting. That was the Kosei Steam Camp Samson front flipper. So
I like his designs.
Oh yeah, and his fit and finish work is freaking awesome. detent, everything's perfect on it. So I've been carrying that around a little bit. Did I pull this one out last time, Tom?
I don't think so.
The XM24?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
So this is the XM24 DLT exclusive in battle blue, of course. Lighting's crap. Yeah, but it's got the battle blue scales. It's got the M390 blade, and then it's got this spear point grind on it. And I put a carbon fiber textured scale on it with some blue screws on this side, just to match it up a little bit.
Already customizing it, huh?
You know me. And just like any other hinderer, it costs an arm and a leg for 3 screws and the carbon fiber scale. That was another $140.
Well, yeah, it's all made in-house.
So the Koenig area is 6 screws for my 55 that I replaced.
Yeah.
Those were $30. That was 6 screws in-house.
Well,
iconic.
well.
But this this XM24 is badass. It's the tri-way pivot version of the new one,
Yeah.
And man, like this big hinder is more like what I like. The 3-inch I have is awesome too, but this XM24 is more my size.
Do you have a 3.5?
So I just ordered a 3.5.
I was gonna say it sounds like you need a 3.5.
I ordered the USA Blade Maids exclusive skinny Skinner.
Oh, cool. The Skinner's a
And
cool
then-
blade shape. They don't do that one very often.
No, they don't. I was waiting for a Warncliffe because I love their Warncliffe blades, but I really like the Skinner too. And I wasn't gonna buy anything else, but I'm like, man, how do I have a 3-inch and I have a 24 and I don't have a 3.5? So, and then that one's nice too. It's battle bronze with green OD green G10 scales and bronze screws.
My shop had one of the Gen 4 Skinners for a while. I don't know if it was the only one. It might have been the only one ever made, or it was one of very, very few. It was just the plain working finish tie, brown G10, but then it had an FDE coated blade.
That's cool.
I've never seen a Hinderer with an FDE coated blade, an XM series anyhow. And
that's really cool.
I almost picked that one up over and over and over again, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it because I've never seen another one like it.
Well, the skinny is going to be pretty cool because not only is the frame skinnier, but so is the blade. Everything's skinnier. The only thing that I was wondering is, can Alex put a carbon fiber scale on it? I don't think I can because it's the scale is skinnier too, I think. So I don't know.
I'm not totally sure on that.
I'll ask Hinder.
Yeah.
See if he wants to charge me another $1 million for another scale.
Let's see
Why not?
See if they get back to you in a timely manner.
But you know what? Their knives are really good. The 24 I like a lot. Like I like this Hinder like how people really like Hinders. My little 3-inch, I think it's just because how expensive it was to put it together with all the hardware, new screws and everything in the clip. I didn't really like having a $700 3-inch XM18, you know?
Namaste TX said the scale is skinnier, so you couldn't.
It is skinnier?
Yeah.
I know. That's what I said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you were double checking though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like I'm gonna keep it as is just because of that. But it's a nice setup. It's OD green with bronze. It should look cool. I hate not touching my knives though. I like to mess with everything I have.
Me too. I'm terrible about that.
Yeah.
And
I also got this knife too, the Olone Goat. I forgot about that.
Let me see.
I can't tell. The screen's so little.
Go up.
Oh, there
higher.
it is. Okay, I see it now.
Oh, I think I seen those guys on Instagram.
Olone Knives Goat. This is the production model that they made.
That's really cool. It's a cool lock, right?
No, because it's got it seems like it, but it's just the inlay. The inlay,
got it.
You know, I mean, I guess you could classify as bolster lock, but it's really not. So I don't know, whatever you I mean. Guess wherever way you interpret it. It's a pretty nice knife. I know he had these made by Tuya, and he said that he had a ton of them that didn't meet his QC, like a lot. And
Really?
This one actually is a blim. Now he's very meticulous because the blim on this is like a little light scratch in the sandblasting that I probably wouldn't have even said anything about it, you know, if I would bought it as a non-blim. But glad to see he cares enough, you know.
Yeah, I saw that on his website. He had a bunch of blims up there. I think those were all sold out when I saw.
They're sold now. He's getting the next. He's doing another version of it, and Riot's gonna be making it. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh wow,
Someone
that's cool.
asked, where can you get one of those?
Right now, I think they're all sold out. He was selling on his site, and he had one other company selling them. I think, like you said, there's a version 2 coming out pretty soon. I, mean, I don't know how soon it is right now with all the stuff going on, but it shouldn't. It should be a one I would wait for because it's going to be made by Riot. So
Yeah, very nice.
All right. So we have knives to look at, right?
Yes, yes, we have knives this week. Let's look at them.
Let's share the screen here.
I went pretty much straight Blade HQ today.
Okay, cool. What we got?
All right, let me go to my list here. Let's start off. Let's start off with the Paragon.
Phoenix.
It's not a Phoenix.
No.
It's a. Just put Paragon only. Not the Warlock. There it is.
The Dread.
Yeah. The Judge Dread. So Paragon Knives has been making knives for a very, very long time, and they have that signature gravity knife lock thing going on where you hit the pivot button and the scale split and folds into or it splits in half, and then the knife falls shut, and then it closes back up when you let your finger off the pivot. So I kind of like this one because I used to have a Warlock many years ago that I loved messing with it. But I like the tactical look of this thing.
It's different.
Especially with the serrations on top and the Tanto. And then it's kind of interesting how he made jimping for it. I guess it's part of the, like, it looks like a button or like a scroll button or something like that.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Something about their knives doesn't do much for me. I do like the
Same
locking
here.
system though.
Same here. I like the ideas of the stuff. I don't know.
I mean, it's not for everybody, you know. But I thought it was something interesting to talk about because I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do that scale split thing. I think that's the only knife I know of.
I wonder if they have that patented.
It would be interesting to know.
There's some close ones, right? Isn't like that Spyderco Genage or whatever? Wasn't that kind of like that?
The Janison?
Yeah. Where
that
the scale
one
split? Or
no, so the liner comes out as like a balisong handle.
okay.
I'm gonna do a video on one of those too. I have one of those.
That's a rare bird, huh?
Yeah, it is. And you got to pay if you really want one.
There it is, patent.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wasn't it illegal to sell those knives? Wasn't that what happened with
In
those?
the States, yeah.
Yeah, too much like a balisong.
Yeah.
It was illegal to sell them in the States, and if you had any issues with them, you couldn't send them back for warranty work or they'd be confiscated.
Yeah. So that's a definite cool story there. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are different though. I remember when I first got into the knife game, the Warlock was big.
Yep.
And people were going nuts over those, and these were always out of stock.
Yep. I remember.
And
had like a desert tan.
Now it doesn't seem like they're in demand anymore.
No.
Well, it may also be because, you know, a lot of states have lifted their auto knife laws.
True.
Like Louisiana, we could now carry them, and now the demands is not there because you don't have as many people, you know,
right,
desiring them.
The cool thing about these, even not specifically this one, but the Warlock, was that you could get a double-edged blade that was encased in the handle, so it's still an out the side opener, but you could have a dagger grind.
That's the one that I had, and let me tell you that if you want to be a knife guy to own one of those, because if you're not, you're gonna cut yourself.
Oh, I bet.
They were actually really, really sharp out of the box. But it's an interesting knife, you know. I mean, it's 5.3 ounces. It's a little bit of a chunky bugger.
Yeah, they're a neat company.
But the handle is still fairly comfortable, believe it or not. I know it looks plain, but it's got a really interesting sound when you close them and open them, because it's a gravity knife, you know. So yeah, I really hope to see more of these guys. I have a Paragon single action OTF in Damascus from like way back in the day. I still have it. And then when I posted it on Instagram a couple times, the guy who makes these got all excited, you know. So he's a nice guy. I spent a couple of minutes chatting with him, and he sources all his materials from America. Like, he's all USA kind of guy.
Oh, cool.
Which is really cool.
All right, what we got next?
All right, let's go to... Let's see. Let's go to the Wingman EDC Yuri.
Now that I like.
Yep. So Wingman's coming out with a lot of different knives. Not like a lot of different models, but they're becoming quite popular because it's got that kickstop flipper mechanism.
Yeah.
Which is who's the guy that Lee Williams.
Yeah.
Lee Williams is design. So now, this particular knife, I believe, I can't remember. I think it's made by Riot, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, it sure does.
I love the aesthetics of that knife.
Yep.
It looks like a katana. it looks a little bulky in the handle, but it just something does it for me.
Well, and it is a 3-inch knife. It's a relatively small knife, so yeah. I think that bulkier handle will give you a little bit more grip in the hand, you know, for a small knife, which might be nice.
Yeah.
But it's like that whole like less is more kind of handle, you know. I really like how plain and yet not plain the knife is.
I like the full length swedge. That is super cool.
It is.
And I like the pivot's cool. I always like speed holes in the handle. Always.
The modified kind of Tonto tip looks cool.
I liked the integration of the lanyard hole too.
Yep.
Just looks like a nice
Where's the shot of the pocket clip? There you go. So the pocket clip is mounted from the inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got a nice long lock bar, so you know that that's not going to be one of those thumb killers when you disengage the lock bar.
It looks like it's nice and radius here on the bottom too.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's going to be a comfortable knife, honestly.
Yeah.
Is that a lanyard bead that you get with it?
I think so, and I think it's a tool too.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the pivot tool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, at least they give it to you.
That is cool.
Yep.
And dog tag too, it looks like.
Yep. Now the only thing about this knife is it's not cheap.
Yeah, I was about to say that they need to be giving you that kind of stuff with that price tag.
Yeah.
$425, and I think the other one was a little bit more. Yeah, $440.
As long as they're hitting their fit and finish dead on and the heat treat's good, I don't see it that big of a deal.
No.
It's just like a mid-tech nowadays.
Pretty much. You guys notice when it's closed, you can see the little airplanes through the window?
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a cool touch.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a knife that's kind of seems like it's been pretty well thought out.
What's the whole airplane theme with this?
That's just their thing. I'm not really 100% sure.
Oh, is that
I
because
mean,
of Wingman?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
but yeah, you'd have to ask the David Santiago. I think he's the designer for this thing.
I didn't
Yeah, but
realize the dog tag had all the specs and everything.
Yeah, serial number.
who is the company, like who's involved in the company Wingman EDC? Because first they had Tom Mayo, but are these just collaborators with the company, or did Recon One start Wingman EDC?
They started distributing it. I don't
That's what
know.
at Blade Show. That's what I got from them. That that
They
they're
put
the
the.
sellers, and somebody had said Tom Mayo was one of the starters of it. Is that true?
I don't think so. I think if anything, it would be Lee Williams because it's got his kick stop on it. But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I don't know 100%. I haven't really dug into these knives as much. I really like their stuff. I just thought it was a little bit more money than what I wanted to spend on that.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe $100 less, and that'd be kind of a fun one just to play around with. But everybody's going crazy for those kickstop flippers now.
Yeah, I remember the first one I ever got was that Kershaw OD 1 and 2. I still have them,
Yeah.
actually. It's a cool little mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, it's got ceramic bearings and everything, so I think the knife is just right at the most possible you could charge for it for what you get. It's like
Yeah,
it's barely a fair deal,
yeah. And for me, if I'm gonna buy a knife for that money, I have to absolutely love it.
Right.
And like you said, it'd be a fun one to own and play with and whatever. But I don't think I could drop that kind of money on it.
Yeah.
What we got
I'd
next?
rather get an XM18,
Yeah, for sure.
That's exactly what I paid for my skinny XM18 3.5.
Yep.
So let's talk about my good buddy Jeff Blauvelt, the Artform Catalyst.
Jeff is the reason why I started YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, back 7 years ago or whatever it was, whenever I first got into the YouTube scene, it was him, Alex Dietz, Smoke Eater 908, all them guys, and watching Jeff do the mod work back in the day. That's what kind of got me into mod work.
Yeah.
And then, enjoying his channel kind of spawned my wanting to do it.
Tough Thumbs, right?
Yep, Tough Thumbs.
Yeah, Jeff is a really, really cool guy. I have one of his customs, and it was a real pleasure dealing with him. I had a little tweak that he needed to do on it, and he ended up making it right, fixing it, and making it perfect. So I'm very, very happy with Jeff.
Yeah, his artistic ability is just mind blowing.
Yep.
He can make something new almost every time. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So this particular knife is no exception, and I know, like Jeff was telling me, he was really happy with the way these came out.
This
I
one is
agree with
sick.
him. Super awesome.
Oh, I love this.
I love the aesthetics of it. It looks comfortable.
So 3D bolsters, my card-up pivot collars. I mean, it's freaking awesome. Like the construction of it, the simplicity of it. I mean, everything's nice. The blade shape is really nice too.
I've
Now-
never seen this before.
Do you know who makes these for them?
Yeah.
I don't know who makes
Maybe-
art form.
Maybe not at 265.
I know. I could have sworn there's somebody else that I recall. I don't know if it was the forums or whatnot that I read who was making them for them. I think it was a company I never heard of before.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's somebody like they have their own manufacturer of some sort. You know, all those China manufacturers are all in the same city.
I was about to say they might be all in the same warehouse.
Yeah,
Just different machines.
yeah. But if you're asking me whether I want to spend $265 on this one versus the Wingman at $400 some odd dollars,
This one every time.
yeah, it's
No
just a
Better
way
bang for your
cooler
buck.
design. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a nice construction, man. I really love the lines of it. I mean, that's Jeff's style right there.
I've just
Yep.
never seen a 3D bolster like that. That is so cool.
It's super cool. I love the micarta pivot on both collar on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really nice. The clip looks freaking awesome too. It's designed right off the lock bar.
They just did a really good job with this. Yeah, this one's more my style.
Yeah.
That's a cool picture.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
Like if you're gonna play golf, you're gonna carry an art form.
You know they just went to the golf course just to take that picture. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
We don't even play golf.
It's a miniature golf course.
Yeah.
That's what I never understand about all the guys who design knives and say that they carry knives while golfing. I golf a lot, and I've never once carried a knife onto the course with me.
Yeah, that would bother me.
It's right in the way. I'm like, what could you possibly need to cut while you're out there playing golf?
I would feel like you'd
You
rip your
need to
wrist
take a
up.
picture, man.
Yeah,
You need to take your knife picture for Instagram.
that's what Hinderer does that a lot. Rick does that a lot. He'll have a
Yeah.
picture of his XM18 or his Slippy while he's playing golf. I'm like, stop! You're not using it.
Yeah, but he clips his to his boxer shorts.
But that knife, I gotta say, is something I was really impressed with. Good looking knife.
Yeah, for sure.
Good price too.
I
Man.
like it.
3.5-inch blade, 8.25 overall. Those are good numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably your best average size knife right there.
Yep. And good job, Tom. That was the exact one I was looking at too. Was that micarta one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I would have bought.
Is that Steve?
it is Steve. He was just calling me. Hang on. He can't figure out how to join us.
So I'm not the only one.
That's what I said. If you can figure it out, or if Steve can
But
figure
this
it out,
is
you
my
can figure it
first time, not his first time.
out. No,
Uh-huh. I have to give him a hard time on that one.
please do.
I hadn't talked to my buddy Steve in a while.
What we got next, Alex?
So the next one, let's do the fixed blade. Bark River Skeleton Occipital.
I like that a lot.
I do too.
I love the lines of it. It looks like a great skinning knife if you so shall choose that.
Yep.
And a great EDC knife.
Yep.
If you want to EDC a fixed blade.
Absolutely. CPM 154. Great stuff.
Good corrosion
Nice.
resistance.
Yeah. So that's Jim's first production knife. I think he knocked it out of the park with Bark River, and he couldn't have picked a better manufacturer to do it with. I love Bark River products.
They do an amazing job.
Absolutely. Good steel choice. I mean, just overall, I think this knife will be a lot of fun to carry.
You know, it's funny. I read the name of the knife. I looked at it a day or two ago on Blade Q. Didn't even make the connection with Jim.
Oh yeah.
The name was there, and I was like, huh, that's funny. They used his last name. Like an idiot.
Yeah, he used to, I don't know if he's still making it or not, but he had a custom occipital before. I think it's been a while since I've seen him make one, but he's been doing a lot of those Hellraisers and all that other stuff.
And Jim's been so. Anytime I have a question, look at that ugly dude.
There he is. There he is. There's the bearded man.
What is up?
What up, Steve?
Chilling.
Everybody, hold on, let me get this thing straight. Don't want y'all to miss an inch of this face. There we go. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
There
What's
it
up,
is.
Steve?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, man. Your beard looks fantastic.
Getting the band back together. Is that G without glasses? That is G without glasses. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Just looking at some.
We're just looking at some knives. We're
Like
looking
these?
at
There we go. There, all is well now.
We've been looking at a bunch of knives, and we talked about Tom's hands for a while. That's about it.
Baby hands?
Yeah.
Baby hands?
Yeah.
He makes a Delica look like an XL Spada. Baby hands. Have they grown yet, Tom?
No, I'm still waiting.
just put water on them, man.
Water and sunshine.
Yeah. We gotta get the sunshine first.
What
So
knives
just-
are you looking at, guys?
Let's.
We were
bring it back
looking
up.
at the Jim Skelton Bark River production knife.
I do not know what this is.
Now, do you think they offer Kydex with it as well? I don't know how Bark River works with that. I know it says leather.
I think it's just leather.
Nah, I think it's just leather. All my other Bark Rivers, I had to buy aftermarket Kydex sheaths for.
Well, being that that's a smaller knife, does that sheath have any kind of clip at? Can you is it a clip on it?
It doesn't
So you
say.
can carry it in your pocket?
I don't think so, but it doesn't show.
Because I think that'd be a perfect one to be able to clip in the back pocket or front pocket.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to add one too.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
That's dope looking. I've never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
I've always liked Jim's designs. He's kind of a character, and some people don't like him, but his designs are unique and pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it is different.
It looks
Me
like a
and Jim
skinner.
are buddies.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looks like a meat processing knife, like a hunting knife.
Yeah, because you got that belly for days on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not small, and it's not large either. Like 3.25 is pretty EDCable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I like it. I dig the blade shape. It looks like a really good skinner.
Yeah.
Looks like they make it in I saw 3 or 4 different handle variants there. You got the green micarta,
Gotta have my card.
natural micarta too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's great. I like that one a lot.
I do too, man.
Doesn't he have another collab coming out with is it Riot?
It was supposed to be with Custom Knife Factory,
Okay.
and it was supposed to be a folding knife.
Okay, gotcha.
But that was last year that him and I were talking about it, and I haven't seen or heard anything since. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
So
Coronavirus. That's what happened.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Alright, what we got next?
You guys want to talk about the Asticus?
Sure.
That name, dude. That name. It sounds.
Asticus. Yes.
Like-
I need to own one of these.
You need an Asticus?
Yeah, I need to own one of these things.
Everybody's talking about the name on these. So I got my hands on one. I reviewed it. If you guys are listening out there, you guys already know I really, really like that knife. The choil, everything fits me nicely. I've heard some people complain about the ergonomics on it. I don't know how. It's so neutral. I don't get it. But everybody's got different size hands and whatnot. So, and I don't have small hands like Tom, and it fits me perfect. Have you handled one, Steve?
No, I have not.
I like it. It's so bland. It's right up my alley. It's just so like you said, it's so neutral. I don't see how anybody could find that uncomfortable.
Yeah, not at all. It's really thin behind the edge. BJ measured his, I think, at like between 14 and 15 thousandths behind the edge.
Everything Civivi grinds, they grind thin. They grind all their shit thin as fuck.
Yeah.
My shredder is 12 thousandths behind the edge.
Wow.
BJ picked up, I a backlash, like a Damascus backlash, and his was like, it was under 10. It was something retarded.
Yeah, it was stupid then.
Yeah, you could flex it under your fingernail.
Yeah, I was about to say you should be able to flex that one.
Yeah, you could flex it under your nail. It was somewhere in the ball. It was like 7,000ths or something, just redonkulous. I think the knife guy, his was like that too. And
I couldn't even find one freaking flaw with that knife, and I tried. I tried really hard. I mean, even the steel seemed to cut pretty well. You know, I mean, I didn't do any hard cut tests with it. I kind of went off what BJ said because I talked to him about it since he had that Damascus one too. He said it cut really well too, but I know mine. I mean, even on my video, I cut myself with it right on the thumb. So it's sharp. It was really nice out of the box. The G10 carbon fiber ply was like nicely crowned and everything, and I mean, no sharp edges. The clip was fine. Everything was good.
That's a little bit bigger than I thought it was.
Oh yeah, it's not a small knife whatsoever.
No, it's a full-size knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was like a 3 1/4 inch blade.
No.
That's their sweet spot right there. They love doing the bigger knives.
Cool.
Yeah. So I give it 2 thumbs up. And you know me, I'm not a China knife person.
No, not at all.
This was a Russian knife. We know there'd be some bias, but it's a Chinese knife, so none from Alex.
You know, it would be pleasant for you to know I haven't reviewed a Russian knife in a very long time.
I know I haven't seen one on your channel. I don't know. I thought maybe I know what was going on. I thought maybe you're sick or you got that COVID-19. But I haven't seen a single Russian knife on here in like a month.
Yeah, it's been longer than that.
Has it?
And there's definitely something wrong when I start reviewing Chinese knives. There's a problem.
I was like, what's going on with Alex's channel?
So
he ran out of Russian knives to review. He's already got them all.
Maybe that's why I'm getting
That's
more
what it is,
subs
yeah.
now.
Maybe what?
Maybe that's why I'm getting more subs now than I used
Yeah,
to.
more Chinese stuff.
Yeah, I got to put more Chinese stuff. So
If that was Chinese stuff.
I'm doing the Sharp by Design Arch Nemesis is my next one.
I think it's so dope.
Do you have the Void?
I don't have a Void.
I got the Void. I'm not sure I'm keeping it, but I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't yours have that Brian Nadeau alternating detent?
Yep, it has the nub sack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine too.
It's got that the alternating detent where you can adjust the detent with just the flick of your finger.
Oh, it used to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, hey, remember I posted that on Instagram? Boy, he messaged me like instantly, and I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, look, let's talk about it in the DM. So I was like, I told him, I was like, it's something that is definitely an issue, but I didn't say it couldn't be fixed. This is how it came. So he offered to send me a new one. I was like, I'm gonna take it apart first. If I can't fix it, I'll send it to you.
I mean, what do you want? It's life. I mean, like you literally were going click, slam, click, click.
Yeah, like
slam.
in one aspect, I could barely flip the knife out because the detent was so strong, and then the next, if I barely touched the log bar, I'd be like,
Flies on that.
So.
Was that one of the Riot ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice knife. It just they didn't even have that issue anymore. It's just I don't seem to carry it that much. So if it doesn't get carried, it's got to go.
It's got to go.
Anytime I bought any of the Chinese stuff, I've bought 2 of the Riot stuff things from Brian. I don't know. They just feel soulless to me, so I don't really get too much of a connection to carrying them.
Yeah.
Even though it's a great design.
I will tell you, my arch nemesis got plenty of knife soul. I'll tell you that. That thing is fucking wicked.
Yeah,
I love that thing.
I like that. You got in on the tail end of that too. One of the last ones.
I did. He literally was like a month or so later where he stopped making them for a while. He never says never, you know. but
Right, true.
they're definitely he's onto the Void XL. I think he's onto making a new model. He told me a few days ago. So,
boy, things got heated on Instagram with him the other day, huh?
Oh yeah.
oh god, yeah, with the Holts.
With Holt and Brian.
About what?
the pattern on the handle.
Yeah, so
they copied.
yeah, so basically, like Brian does that basket weave CNC on the blade and does the basket weave on like a lot of his like back in the day, like with the chicane and a lot of knives he's done. So that's kind of his signature thing. And for the past few years, Brian's been saying that the Holts have ripped off his detent system and have modified it since he said something and then patented it. So there's some bad blood there.
Yeah, so there was already bad blood, and then they did this.
Yeah.
What, does Nadell have some kind of special detent system?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah.
That nub.
Like the nub and the ramp. The nub and the way he does his ramp is kind of his thing.
Well, don't the Grismos use a nub and a ramp too, don't they?
No, they use a flat detent.
Yeah, like a flattened ball detent.
What do you mean? What do you mean by a nub then? That's what I'm thinking.
It's
like
milled like the
it's all one piece from the.
It's all milled out into makes it a detent.
Let me see if I can find you a picture.
If I had my Void nearby, I'd show you.
It's like a piece of the insert as opposed to an inserted.
It is the insert. Like the whole insert was ground down to make like a hill.
Okay.
And it's supposed to help. Not like you don't have to have a detent ball track.
Yeah.
It's supposed to let it jump on the blade easier because it's like slanted.
Yeah, it's gonna have
Yeah, and then being that the top's flat, it glides across like a flat detent.
So it gives you a clean break.
Yeah, and more surface area.
Like a match grade trigger, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
I'll find you a picture, Steve.
And then the Holts did the same thing, except theirs is adjustable.
Right.
So I guess that's what they changed about theirs.
Yeah, and they changed the nub shape just a little bit. Because according to Brian, what Brian said, word for word, is Brian said that at one blade show, the Holt stopped by, and then they looked at his knife, and they talked about how his detent system worked. Next thing he knows, he sees them posting their knife with the detent system identical to his. So then he said something to them, and then he said all of a sudden they changed it a little bit.
Yeah, enough to make it like it wasn't the same. Now the only problem I have with this is if Brian wants to get mad about it, he needs to patent it before they do. You know, that's how you do that.
Thank you.
You can't cry about something that, you know, that's the only problem I have with it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if it's your design, then you need to patent it so no one else does it. Or at least for X amount of years.
I agree with that, but the way old school knife makers like Michael Walker and like all those guys, you know, they used to just call each other on the phone and say, "Hey, I'm going to use it." Yeah. You know, like they didn't have to patent it. There was like a code, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he was expecting, because obviously Brian's probably a little bit more old school side, if you guys know what I mean. Like he's old school.
I mean, I see why he's mad, no doubt. But like that, and nowadays, I mean, that's just, the times have changed.
Yeah.
And that's just the way you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, you know, tradition isn't an excuse for ignorance, you know?
Right.
This is from when I had my Evo Typhoon and I disassembled it. That's his, that's his detent.
It's pretty smart. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you don't get like that. You know how like when you go to push over a lock bar, you go to bring the blade back and you kind of hit the ball and you have to move past that.
Yeah.
It's all one single step on this.
Which is why you can see why you get that clean break.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I made a post about it on the Holt's site. I flat out said, maybe you guys don't want to sell this one out of professional courtesy. Brian's pissed. Everybody lost their shit. you know, and I kind of expected that, and I knew that I was going to get torn alive for it, which I didn't really care because, in all honesty, I just wanted Angie, you know, to see, you know, that this is kind of going around.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like out of professional courtesy, you know, probably not a good idea. But she actually reached out to me and we had a somewhat pleasant conversation about it. And then that was that. So,
Paul
but there's
said,
still.
Paul said be on the lookout for the new Holt Nemesis dagger.
That's pretty good.
Dude, Knife Critiques was all over it on Instagram. He's been posting about that quite a bit. So yeah, and he's obviously more on Brian's side. I am too personally, but you know, not that it really matters.
Yeah, I usually don't choose sides because I just don't care for drama.
Right. No, but I mean, if I'm looking at it in one way or another, I'm going to say that I'm more siding with Brian on it because it's like you guys already know that's his trademark. Like that's his signature on his knives. So why don't you come up with something else? Because there's so many other things you can do, you know?
Right.
If not, like send him an email. Hey, Brian, we really love that basket weave you do. We were thinking about trying it. Do you mind if we try it out, you know? Then he wouldn't have cared, I'm sure of it.
No, absolutely not. It's just the courtesy thing.
Yeah. So
And give him credit for it. That's I think that's what he would have wanted. At least
Right.
give him credit for it.
No honor amongst thieves, man.
Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
It's
So
real
that's
life.
that.
And I'll tell you what, if you meet the Holts in person, you wouldn't think they would be like that.
Yeah, I always.
But I
hear
mean,
they're
who
really
knows?
nice.
You know, you don't know. You don't ever know how people.
Money does strange things to people. Real strange things.
Yeah,
It does.
I agree with that.
We got another one still, Alex.
Another knife?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do the BRS Evolve Thrasher XL.
I handled that one last year.
XL.
What'd you think?
It's if you like a bigger knife and a big skinny knife, it'd probably be a good knife for you. It just the regular thresher that I got, I'd rather that size.
Right.
I don't know. It's
Nick's
a
more of a
pretty plain.
mid-size knife guy.
Yeah. So, my biggest that I like is like a 3.5 inch.
Yeah.
8 and under. So that's a pretty big knife. It feels a lot bigger than it is too because it's really skinny and
Right.
long. So
How was
Wish
the
that was-
construction?
Wish that was the truth for everything. Wish it worked out that way for everything.
How was the construction of that knife is what I'm curious about. Was it really well put together? Did it feel nice?
if I had to I don't, and if you know, don't tell me. But if I had to say who was putting it together, the construction feel, it would say it was kind of like in between Wii and a Best Tech knife.
Okay.
So it was pretty good. Not the best I've ever seen, but now I've only got to handle it while I was at the booth, so it's hard for me to really talk on it.
Right. Well, I had one of the custom mini trashers from Gavco, and I thought it was a cool knife. I like the blade shape and all, but mine had that chisel grind, which was flat on one side. Looked like the blade was off center, and so I still think the mass drop version is probably better, personally, the We made one.
Yeah.
But I think this is a cool option for people who like the bigger knives.
Yeah, exactly. And is that one just a thumb stud opener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's a... Wait, no, the other one. Okay, yeah, never mind. They both are. Brain fart. I'll tell you the one I'm super excited about because it's my size sweet spot is the new Nurse that is on drop.
The Nurse.
Yeah, the smaller one, Gavco Nurse.
Are they going to make a production version of that?
Yeah, it's the drop's live on Mass Drop right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You don't have any days left if you want to get in on it.
While grabbing my phone.
Because whatever day I dropped the video,
you said right now.
whatever day I dropped a video on my channel, whatever day that was, it was like 20 days left.
Interesting.
I like his designs.
Yeah, they're nice.
He's got a unique style.
He has his own style.
Man, when he first started, his style was, especially with his folders, they were really crude looking.
Yeah.
And his colors that he used to choose are just off the wall.
Right.
I'm like, are you colorblind?
Yeah.
But he's definitely evolved a lot.
Yes, he has.
I actually handled one of his custom. Daddy-O EDC picked one up at.
Yeah, we handled it at the pit that night.
Yeah. That was actually the very first person I ever met from the whole online knife community. I was just I must have been half an hour into Blade Show walking around, and he came walking up behind me and introduced himself, and then he had just picked up that. I didn't even know who the fuck Gavco was. I was like, oh, that's cool. I had no idea it was a custom, nothing. I'm like, it's cool.
How was the quality on it?
Huh?
How was the quality on it for being a full custom?
It's a really nice knife. I mean, you gotta, I don't know. It's I think it's a really high quality knife. You know what I mean? But like he was just saying, I mean, if you hold that next to like a thresher from that we made,
yeah,
it's real hard to tell, to say which ones, you know what I mean, got better build quality. I mean, when you're buying that, like those, even all those CNC type custom made, I'm not gonna call them custom, handmade knives.
Right.
They're I mean, build quality wise, they're all really good. You know what I mean? But they're as good as any of those Riots you're gonna find. You know what I mean? You're paying for a hand assembled and the details and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
This thing looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks true to the design.
The Gavco Nurse is pretty. It's small though, 2.9. I mean, I have knives that small, but
I'm trying to think what knife you may have that. I don't know. I'm sure I can
like a small Sabenza.
Yes, it's about the same exact size as small Sabenza, except the handle is thicker and contoured. So,
see, I like that on smaller knives.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I like the Medford Smooth Criminal. I like that knife a lot ergonomically because height-wise and thickness-wise, it's almost the identical dimensions of like my XM18. So when you got it in your hand, it feels like a full-size handle, even though the blade's smaller. Like I like when they run smaller blades when they make the handles wider. You know what I mean? So they fill up more your hand.
Doesn't feel like a twist out of your hand real easy.
Yeah, you know, because sometimes it feels like you're grabbing a pen. You know what I mean? Like on a smaller knife, because they shrink the handle dimensions down so much. It's like you're
kind of
grabbing
like this right here. This what is this? The Pena Trapper.
Yeah.
Whatever. This handle's so skinny. It's kind of it's kind of awkward in the hand feeling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So I know what you mean. It's
like grabbing a butter knife.
Yeah.
This does look really good, Alex. This Nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the blue one with from the pass around group. The blue with the dark blade.
Yeah.
The only thing that I saw as well for me it was an issue is the handles are slick.
Yeah.
Like their blasting is like polished, I guess, and I don't know. And the clip's kind of afterthought.
Yeah, it looks like I saw the clip. I was thinking the same
now,
thing.
The clip works great and no hotspot with it, but it just looks like it was from a gas station parts bin.
Right.
I like the gills milled into that. That's super cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
And then can we see like how much I appreciate that drop has moved away from the giant mass drop billboarding to just the small D in the pivot.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I know you like the D, Tom.
Yeah, Tom
Especially the
loves,
small D.
Yeah.
he loves
yeah,
the
yeah.
small D.
He wants it to fill the hand out.
Jesus.
Anything more than a handful's a waste, right, Tom?
What'd you say?
Anything more than a handful's a waste, right?
Exactly. I saw something on the other day on Instagram. I don't know who posted it. It says, your dick's not small, her hands are just really big.
I've said that for years.
It's just so funny.
Years. My dick isn't small. Your vagina is huge.
It's like a hot dog in an open hallway.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a tic tac.
It's not my fault.
Very, very cool. I like this nurse. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be I think that one may be more popular than Thresher, but it's too early to tell.
Well, it shows it's only like 150 people bought one.
I don't think a lot of people know. Like, well, I was the first person to do the review for the Bassron group, so they need to do a better job of marketing their stuff.
That's true. I didn't know about it either.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I wouldn't have either. The only reason I knew about it is because the Bassron group.
I think that would be a bigger hit. It's more EDC friendly to most people.
Right.
You know, and it's we making it, so you know it's going to be like flawless.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
We got something next.
The next one I was gonna do is that custom. That's the last one.
Okay.
By Sean O'Hare. Yeah.
What was the
I just wanted to.
The Rambler.
Yeah.
What was it?
Sean O'Hare Rambler. I just wanted to post this guy because I think he's under known and underappreciated. Makes some really quality stuff.
And he's been around for a while. Huh?
He's been around a long time.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been seeing his name forever.
Yeah, he's out of Canada. He's a Canadian, eh?
How do I spell it?
There's his problem.
There's some good ones in Canada.
Ohare.
That's what I was. That was the next one.
With a last name like O'Hare, you should say he's from Ireland. He can sell a lot more.
That's nasty.
That's super cool.
That is busy.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I feel it's busy.
It's busy,
that
but
looks like, you remember the glowing thing from the Transformers movie? If they put that into a knife for Optimus Prime, that's what that would look like. That is a crazy blue.
I love it.
That knife is for those people who like the crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, that's a funky knife right there.
I mean, yeah, if you like dress knives, it's a good dress knife, but it's just too much for me.
What are the inserts that blue? What is that?
Is
Which
that
one?
Zircuti?
That is Zircuti.
On the bolsters, that's a really vibrant blue. Like
That's zirconium and titanium.
Wow, that is
He probably mirror polished that before he anoded it
Yeah.
to make it that blue.
I like how you got that to match the blue on the pivot, and then it matches the blue in the carbon fiber.
That's what I'm saying.
Which
It looks almost like it's glowing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And then the blade's really nice too, man. It's that Sanmai, it's like a Sanmai Damascus. So it's Damascus layered over a core, which is pretty cool.
That's not. I don't mind that type of Damascus.
Yeah.
Because it'll still perform good.
Yeah.
That's how most kitchen knives are done Sanmai like that. They'll do like a stainless Damascus over a core of, could be anything from BD10 or Ayagami or whatever.
I think he did a really nice job with the handle shape. That handle shape really speaks to me. I like it. It's got just the right amount of curves.
Man.
And then the lettering on he's got his name nice and small on the blade. It's not like this huge old thing. Really slim pivot colors. I think it's pretty well constructed. Let me see the clip side, Tom.
It's a wild looking knife.
It is a wild knife.
They don't have it. Oh yeah, there it is.
That's a wild looking knife.
Look at that side.
Damn.
It's like electric blue.
Yeah.
It is. It's so cool.
Like it is Like you said, like it literally looks like it's glowing. Like it's so vivid.
Well, and keep in mind, they probably filtered the shit out of it in the picture.
That and their lights are probably incredible.
Yeah, like doing a light box.
I've just never seen that color blue on a knife before. It's striking. It's unique, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely played with the colors right. Like everything matches really nice. And that's the first time I look at carbon fiber. I'm not sure which one that is. It's got a blue. It looks like kind of like a weird blue lightning strike or some kind of interesting white and blue pattern. So, yeah, if you're in the custom realm, keep an eye out for Sean O'Hare's knives. His stuff's really awesome.
Keep an eye out for Sean O'Hare. He's not Irish. He's Canadian.
He's Canadian, eh? Like Brian Ty, the Grimsmos. There's a few good ones up there.
Like
God, the Grimsmos are so fucking Canadian. They're so goddamn quiet. It's ridiculous. They're like stupid Canadian. Like when I met them, they're so nice and they're so quiet and so hungover.
Steve, I'm supposed to ask you if you've gotten any new knives.
Yeah, I've got. I picked up that PM2, the 10B.
Same.
Why the fuck do they call it a Scorpion? Can someone answer that question?
The color. I'm pretty sure it's the color.
Scorpions around here are black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was about to say the same
Yeah,
thing. They're black here.
I didn't know if anybody knew. I picked that up. I was gifted this Zahn by the knife guy.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. He ended up mailing it to my house like a dickhead.
That's awesome.
And I got a few months back a knife from a gentleman named BJ that Nick Stassified, a Riot, that he did his Stassification to. Ooh, is that a word? Let's make up a new word. Stassification.
Classification.
Hey, it's a new hashtag.
That's a hashtag. Stassification. And I picked up. I think it's in my pocket. I picked up a pocket carver, the GC.
Ooh, cool. Those are sweet.
Oh, that is cool.
I got this from. I wasn't planning on grabbing this. I went to my local knife shop. I braved the coronavirus to go to my local knife shop to see how my buddies were doing. And I was looking. They had a white one. This is the Cocobolo wood. And of course, like the second I saw it, it was sold out everywhere. And when I was there, I was talking to him, and Marissa, his wife, walks in and saw me looking at those whatever they are, like a white linen micarta or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, hey, I got some Cocobolo that just came in." And I'm like, "I thought those were sold out." And she was like, "They are, but they just randomly sent us 6 more."
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, "Bring those to Daddy. Come here." So I had to, again, the business was slow, and I keep trying to tell people to go to their local businesses and support them as much as they can. So I was just putting my money where my mouth is, and I picked up a sweet little knife.
Did you see the one that Christy got?
His pocket carvers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Dude, the wood on that one is crazy.
They're all different. I cherry picked this one out of 6. There was one that looked kind of like his that had a light. This one had a darker wood that I liked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wood had a lot. They're all different.
This is like tiger striped. It's badass.
Yeah, they had all kinds of weird. Like you had 6 of them in front of you, and every single one looked different.
See, that's the cool thing.
Yeah, they shut down due to the COVID thing.
I like places like DLT, and I think Knife Ship Free does it, and maybe Knife Art too, that they all put them up individually so you can pick whichever one you like.
You'll pick which one, yeah. Actually, what Alex just said, that's another reason why I grabbed this, because he goes, "Hey, I just got an email from GC yesterday saying they're closing their doors right now due to the..." So, and I just didn't know if, I mean, who knows if they'll open them again or what could happen, depending on how long this takes. So, more the reason for me to spend money.
Yeah, absolutely.
As if I needed another excuse.
Did you pick up any of the Rex drops?
No, I had my very first pair of 3 that I ever got was a Rex 45 from like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, Rex is dope, but I'm not one of those guys that's going to chase. I don't chase the sprints like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I got a crew wear Manic, so.
Yeah, same.
He's like, no, I'm still getting this one.
Yeah. So this one popped up first, and I just so happened to find it in stock, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. It's only 126. It's $6 more than an S30V Manix. How can I not?
Yeah, they did price that well.
I don't understand how this was $6 more than the S30V one, and then if you wanted to buy the native, the lightweight native was like $115, but the G10 native was like $160. It was like $50 more for G10.
Steve.
Yeah. What is that? Hold on, let me focus. Oh, you got a hinder. That looks like a big hinder. Oh, is that your 24?
Yeah.
when I saw you put that on Instagram, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing with that thing? I'm like, dude, those things are like, they're this big.
They're huge.
They're like the big black dick of knives. They're gigantic.
Yo, I got a picture of myself.
They fit my hand pretty good.
I got a picture of one of those in my hands.
They're huge. They're huge. No, they fit your hands like a glove, but they're huge.
Yeah.
I think it's even bigger than a SOCOM Elite. It's a long ass knife.
It is bigger than a SOCOM Elite.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's a great knife. I handled a couple of them at Blade Show at the US MMA Blade Fest booth. I was shocked. Me and Vinny were like, it was the first time either one of us had seen him. It was orange. And I was like, it was like orange, and I was like, it's like the size of a fucking parking cone. Look at this thing. So big.
That's the thing is these things in the pictures you can't really tell. Even when somebody's holding it, you really don't get an idea of how big this knife actually is till it's actually really in your hands.
It's a fucking hoss, dude.
And I think it's partially due to the choil. You know, the choil makes the blade look smaller. But Acuminous Edge asked me to do a Hinder versus XM8 or Hinder versus SOCOM video.
Oof.
But he wants me to do an 18. I think I'm going to put it up against the 24. I think that's more of a fair fight.
Yeah,
100%. Blade stock's almost the same. Length is almost the same. I would do the 24.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the 24.
The 24. That thing's damn near indestructible. I think it's I'm telling you, that thing is so big. The fucking stop pins on that thing are like pennies. They're like fucking pennies. They're huge.
Super awesome.
That surprised me the first time I ever saw that one in person. I saw an XM24 in person. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I had no idea how big it was. I mean, me and Vinny were dying laughing. I was like, look at this thing. Take it next to my head. Look. Monster. But it's just funny because you've been rocking a 3-inch for forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the 3-inch is like this big, you know what I mean? It's like that big, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like the 3-inch shocked me at how small it was, and the 24 shocked me at how big it was. Like you could fit the 3-inch inside the 24's handle, I bet, if you folded it. You can. I've tried it. The overall profile is like just sits right in there. Yep. Like Rick just jumps sizes. Everything just like exponentially doubles whenever there's no like if there was like a 3.2-inch XM18, it'd be like titties.
Oh, that'd be badass.
That's why I picked up the Jurassic. I picked up a Jurassic a while ago. There it goes. Another knife.
Oh, that's cool.
I picked up a Jurassic. I think I like it better than the XM18.
I liked the Eclipse better than the XM18.
I haven't handled an Eclipse yet, so I don't know.
There's no jimping.
Yeah, that's what kills it.
With the Jurassic, there's no jimping on it.
Yeah.
Which is
and the half track.
And the half track. See, I have to try a half track. I never had one. It looks
small.
like a Chody knife.
Yeah, it's small, but it's got those thick handles. You know,
See,
the wide handles. And
so
have you guys seen a full track in person?
No.
I've seen the full track is huge too.
Good God.
That thing weighs like 10 ounces, I swear.
Dude, I've seen the small track or the half track before, and I was like, how big could the full track be? And then you see it in person, it's like the size of a 24.
Yeah, it's humongous. That's what I'm saying. Rick Hinder doesn't do anything in between. It's not like it's just like here's a 3-inch, here's an 18, here's a 24. Like there's no there's no grades. He just jumps.
I haven't heard a word from Gerald in like 45 minutes. You still breathing, Gerald?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out listening.
I can't even hear your dog snoring, man.
I'm in a different place today.
He's got the dog quarantined.
Oh man.
Anybody? Everybody's still working right now, or
Only 2 days a week.
only 2 days? I know you're in California. They like lock that shit down.
Our shop is
time,
closed, but they're still having us come in and clean and do inventory and stuff for the time being to keep us getting our hours.
That's dope.
Yeah, cool company.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, my company don't give a shit, man.
They
They laid off out of like 900 and I think it's 80 or 90 employees. There's only like 490 of us left.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted to go in the bracket where like you have under 500 employees.
So you're a small business.
Yep. So that's, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I can't blame him, but you know, like they gave us a box of gloves. They're like, yeah, you know, good luck. Just, you know, stay an arm's length away and, you know, back to work.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is that one day they're like, okay, you guys are down to 4 days a week. And then they're like, okay, now you guys are down like 1 day a week. We're going to be closed on Saturday. So you guys are going to be Monday through Friday. Then it turned into like, oh, there can only be 2 of you. So my manager's like, well, there's 3 of you guys. So we can either, one of you guys goes on furlough and, you know, collects unemployment, or if all 3 of you want to stay, then you guys will have to rotate every 3rd day. So we're like, yeah, let's just rotate every 3rd day so we all keep our job.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
See, we're technically still allowed to be open because we're still technically qualified as an essential business, which I don't get. I'm not sure how a gun shop is an essential business, but hey, that's cool with me.
It's America, man. It's
Yeah,
essential.
2A rights, baby. 2A.
That last week we were open, we broke every sales record we've had in 35 years. And
Wow.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah. And
here too.
basically our CEO said he closed everything down on, it was Friday when we had the entire weekend to go still, and he said basically if anybody got sick, any of his employees or employees' family got sick and they either got, you know, seriously sick or even died, he couldn't live with himself, so he just decided to shut everything down.
He
Somebody
sounds
cares.
nicer than mine.
Yeah, he's
That's
a good,
for
he's
sure.
a good dude.
He
I mean,
probably,
good on
even,
him for looking out for y'all.
Yeah.
he probably even knows your name.
Oh yeah, he does.
That's what makes the difference right there.
Yeah, my manager, which is a Cuminous Edge on Instagram, he's like, this whole thing's a freaking hoax. You know, he's like, let everybody get it and then we'll get immunity. And so that's his view on it.
Yep.
But he's always kind of, you know, he's got that harsh approach at things. He just wants to make money, you know? And I'm like, I don't know, man. It looks pretty serious out there right now.
That's
Yeah,
kind of how it was
that-
that last week we were open. We had so many employees kind of complaining that we were still open and that they were having to work and everything. I was like, dude, we're making bank. Let it roll for as long as we can.
Right.
But then
Right.
it started to get to the point where it started that cases were expanding on an exponential rate here, and then the government shut everything down. And
Well, nobody knows how many people actually have it,
Yeah.
is the thing. Nobody knows. I mean, it could be like,
You'll never know.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
You'll never know.
Because some of them don't ever get tested.
Well,
Exactly.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. If you, like, for instance, me, if I start coughing and have a fever, right, and I go to the hospital right now, I'm a 33-year-old young man in good health. They're going to turn me around, tell me to go home, drink fluids, and rest because you have to prioritize. I am not in any risk. There's literally a 0.001% chance that I'll die from this.
right.
So I'll never get tested if it happens to me. If you listen to the news, now they're saying there could be up to 60% of the people that are asymptomatic, which means you won't show any signs.
Yeah.
Then they're saying there's somewhere in the ballpark of 90% of people that have it might have such mild symptoms that it doesn't bother them. If you go by the timeline, when this was December 31st, when China said that they thought there was an issue.
Right.
Then they said that they think that it was being transferred human to human as far back as the end of November.
Yep.
And then it was what? The middle of January when we closed down flights from China?
January 23rd.
Okay, so I looked up the numbers. There's 362,000 people a day that fly out of this country. 14,000 people a day were flying from China to the U.S. That's just from China. That's not from China to other countries to the U.S., just direct to the U.S. 14,000, right? You could have no symptoms for 14 days, right?
Right.
So in 14 days, 14,000 times 14 days, it's 196,000 people that have gone back and forth in just 2 weeks. You got almost 500,000 people that came back and forth from China before there was even a case here.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Dude,
before we found a case.
just whenever I was in Vegas, they had the Chinese New Year going on. There was nothing but Chinese people there.
Exactly. My personal opinion, I think it's been here for months. I think a lot of people already had it.
Yep.
And have had it and don't realize it. I think you're going to see this thing do this, and then you're going to see the cases plummet because it's already ran its course. I think the lockdown's too little too late. I don't think it's going to make a difference. It's going to hurt everybody's pockets. Personally.
You know what's funny is I have a customer that works in like a food distribution warehouse, and him and I were talking, and he's a regular customer of mine, and he came in like mid-November last time I saw him. He had the most awful cough and respiratory infection and all this shit, right? He couldn't even he was sick, and I don't know. Hopefully I didn't get it from him, but that was like last November. If I did, then, I'm fine. I'm still breathing.
Exactly. I work for a food distribution center. You know what I mean? Everyone, you can like they've been locking down states. There's over 500,000 truck drivers that drive state to state to state every day, transporting everything that you buy. Every piece of clothing, every tire, every piece of food, you name it. Just hundreds of thousands of people crossing this country every day.
Yep.
It just, if you get Ebola and they quarantine you, they stick you in a fucking box, right? They don't stick you in a box and then let you go to the grocery store. That's what quarantine is. And you can't get an entire country, or at least one as big as ours, for everyone to stay home for a month. People have to leave the house. People have to go. So I think it's been here. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Personally, I think what a better idea would have been to keep everything open and to take all the money and the resources and then to take care of the people that are at risk.
Yeah.
Right.
To help quarantine the elderly, help quarantine people that have autoimmunities, help those people out. Because those are the people that really need it. Not, I don't need it. I don't. Tom don't need it. Even with his small hands, he's still healthy.
Yeah. It doesn't affect my immune system.
His immune system is still strong like bull.
Right.
So I don't know about you guys. If you guys got some extra cash laying around, now's the time to invest too. You can make a fuckload of money right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about the stocks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything's so low. That's what I was talking to my buddy about it the other day. He goes, I don't know how to invest in anything. I'm like, you literally can't fucking go wrong right now. Just whatever is low, just buy it.
They recently, beginning of January, offered all the employees of my company stock sharing. You could buy in.
Yeah.
I fucking missed the mark, man. I was watching the other day. My company stock went from like $63 a share and it down to $7 in one day. Yeah, wow. It rebounded since, but god damn, if I'd have seen that, man, I would have thrown the whole paycheck at it.
Yep, I'm throwing a couple $100 each paycheck at it right now just to put money in there, and it'll pay for itself easily.
Oh yeah, I wish I would have caught that. I wish I was more savvy.
It's pretty easy stuff. Right now. Right now.
Yeah, right now it is.
It's hard to mess up. That's what I was telling my buddy. I was like, yeah, just throw some money at. I gave him the stocks that I was invested in. I don't know. I put like $500 in the first day, and I'm like, how much you put in? He goes, I put in $30. I'm like, the fuck you gonna make like $10 off of that? Come on.
Start small. You get baby steps.
I guess.
Baby steps.
Congrats, you just paid for a meal at McDonald's or something. Oh well.
Anybody else got any new knives? Other than the gigantic BBC over there, Mr.
I just got that 10V PM2 and that Rex Mannix.
I did get I think if you follow me on Instagram, you saw it, but I did get that really awesome custom SOCOM recently.
Yes.
With the Mokime. Yeah.
I think it's titties.
Thing is super titties.
Yeah.
SOCOM is such a mean knife.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab one of those eventually.
It's so mean.
Yeah, it's a good knife. I like that new blade shape, the new SOCOM blade shape.
The Warcom?
That custom, yeah, the Warcom.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah.
I handled one at PVK. God, it was nice.
If I ever get a chance to well, I'm sure I will soon enough. The way things are going. That Tanto that I snapped the tip off of, I'm gonna turn it into like that Warcom shape.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Since I gave it a haircut already, might as well do something fun with it.
Right.
Make it look super cool.
Steve, did you see that fucking comment that somebody left on my video?
Which one?
I posted on my Instagram story today. I figured of all people, you'd enjoy it. Let me find it here real quick. It was on my Rex 45 video.
Oh, I'm sure the comments are going to be strong, man. Everybody's at home on the internet.
Oh, they're great.
I'm sure they're going to start getting real fun.
So in that video, I said that Rex is pretty similar to M4. I didn't see too much of a difference between the two in what I had tested.
Good.
And the guy goes, almost identical. Yeah, vanilla ice cream and chocolate are almost identical in composition, but one is obviously fucking different and on another fucking level. Oh my gosh, what a fucking pointless video, shit for brains. You pissed me off because this wasted my lunch break. Pointless. I could have watched...
that guy's a dick, but it was actually funny.
Oh, that's funny. I could have watched something actually fucking useful or entertaining. A video of someone pumping human shit out of a septic system would have filled that bill better than this video. I can't stand fucking knife videos. Everyone is a know-it-all snob, bitch, or a fag. World peace, bro. You're the kind of person preventing it from being a viable possibility on this planet. So I had to respond.
Says the guy who just tried to rip you a new asshole over a knife.
Yeah.
I just responded, thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, somebody talking like that for free content. Give me a break.
Oh, it's so funny, man.
See, I'd have been like, if you want to see something more interesting than this, I can send you the video of me banging your mom. That's instantly where I would have gone. Right away. Like, I would have gone straight for the jugular. Because the second, it's like schoolyard. The second you go with their mama, it just, the gloves come off, and they get super pissed off. Because you can't come back from it. If I say I banged your mom first, I win.
Yeah.
Oh,
The mama.
I love comments like that, man. I live for that shit.
Oh, I get them all the time.
I like all the nice comments too, but the ones that are like that, those make my day.
Oh, they're the best. It's like a sport.
I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but I haven't really had many trolls come on my channel yet.
You just have to make a controversial video. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
You just piss off the fanboys and they come.
Yep.
They come
They'll
quick.
come. I'm telling you, watch. Yeah. Here you go. Make a video called like "Why I Don't Like the Buck 110." You'll get plenty of hate.
Oh, dude, that's probably whenever I did my video on my Buck Ranger Pro or whatever, my Carter one, just demolishing that knife because it was the worst build quality knife I've ever bought. Dude, all the Buck fanboys came out and partied. I mean, all of them.
Full force.
I was like, dude, I'm just talking how my knife came. I don't care. You know?
Right.
You don't know what a good knife is. Back
Yeah.
my granddad used to use these things to put up to his post. It helped him. It's just fine.
Did you see Cedric and Ada's video about that?
I haven't seen. I saw
Uncle
it.
whatever.
I haven't watched it yet.
You gotta watch the Uncle whatever.
Uncle Randy.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
Uncle Randy.
hilarious.
I saw Uncle Randy died.
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet. I saw that he posted it, but man, the first two were so funny.
Uncle
He
Randy
did a
died.
Yeah, Yeah, it was the comment that killed Uncle Randy.
Yeah.
That's how it popped up.
Yeah.
Shit.
He said somebody got pissed off because he's like he said that he was making fun of us, being Uncle Randy from the U.S.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Come on, man! It was funny. I don't care. It's hilarious.
I'm telling you, you're gonna watch all the shit comments just rise exponentially in the next couple weeks.
Oh,
Everybody's on the internet. All they're gonna do, like this guy. I fucking hate knife videos.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a combination of more people that wouldn't normally be home to watch it, and they're agitated with their spouse, kids, they're agitated with life in general, and then they do those kind of comments. It's like it's like the guy that dislikes my video, every single video, the same person every time. Like the video's not even uploaded hardly, and he disliked it.
Yeah, you'll see. It'll
Oh yeah.
Video, and 1 minute in, there'll be a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so I have a few of those guys. As soon as it uploads and like bam, I haven't even put like the picture yet. And I got people saying, wow, very interesting video, very knowledgeable. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Is it that Omega?
Well, he used to do it. He doesn't comment anymore because a couple times he did it. I replied back. I'm like, wow, you watched a half an hour video in 10 seconds? You're good.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a dick, but guys, come on. Like,
I do. I mean to be a dick.
Okay. Steve means to be a dick, and he
I
can
have
be a
every
dick
intention of being a dickhead.
I
I'm
mean,
just minding my own business, drinking, playing with knives. You want to come shit in my sandbox? I'm going to be a dickhead. That's it.
rightfully so.
That's it.
I mean,
We're having fun. So take your toys, you can leave.
What's the point of doing that? I don't get it. Is it like they're hoping that you're gonna jump on their channel and like do the same?
They don't ever even have a channel usually.
Yeah, most of them don't.
No, that Omega Shadow guy, he just comments on everything. Like I've never seen him post a bad comment. He's super nice.
It's almost like
he's special, you know. He is a special kid.
His comments, it seems like they're almost computer generated because I'll get the same comment every freaking night.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, do you know any other words?
He commented on my my Instagram post the other day. He said, "Wow, nice spider code knife." Like,
yeah, he's definitely not from the U.S. the way he talks.
No, but you know, guys, I think he's handicapped.
Yeah, I think he does have some videos up.
All right, well then shoot.
He does. If you watch his videos, I'm not gonna imitate him because that's messed up.
No.
He's
a
never
very nice guy.
anything mean. He's always nice.
Yeah.
But he's just he's special, guys.
Alex the kid says the kid's mentally retarded. Everyone's like, he's really nice. I mean, they're like, he's super cool. I don't have a problem with him at all.
Yeah. I'm gonna message him after this video.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm gonna go to my house actually. That's what I'm doing. I'm call right now. See if he wants to come over. We can hang out. None of us want to get roasted and fucking making fun of the special kid. You know what's gonna happen is somebody will come and be like, "You fucking assholes! Jesus Christ is horrible." Like, sorry, I didn't know. It's not my fault.
I just thought he was drunk.
That's it. Sorry, yeah. I just thought his mother was drunk when she was pregnant with him. That's
Jesus.
all. Too far? Is that too far?
There goes any chance of us ever getting sponsored.
I like that one. Actually, that was good.
I just thought his daddy was drunk when he was shaking him.
Oh, this is good.
Hey, Tom asked me to come on. It wasn't my fault. Tom said, "Hey, Steve, you want to come hang out?" And I was
Listen,
like, sure.
You didn't say anything like this when you're on the Knife Junkie.
It was so fast. It was so fast.
Yeah, it was a fast one.
Bob he's so quick. He was like, well, first he was like, hey, try not to like fucking cuss at the store because like my kids watch this. And I was like, okay, I'll do my best. And then he like, it's so fast. Like it's like boom, 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 boom. I didn't get to talk about anything that when like he emailed me that I wanted to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
the 45 minutes. And then what's funny is the last 15 minutes of that or 20 minutes of that was actually re-recorded because they had to stop it for a second. And then when they started it, he didn't hit the record button again.
Oh.
And it was funny. I'm a retard when it comes to tech. But at the bottom of my screen, it said not recording. And the whole time I was like, I wonder if it's recording. But I'm like, these guys know. I'm not going to be an asshole. Like,
that happened to me too.
Yeah, I'm like, these guys know what they're doing. Caveman. And then at the end, it's like we're talking, and he's like, Bob, I don't think that recorded the last 20 minutes.
That's exactly what happened to us too. He was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened to us too. He's like, oh, the other dude was like, Bob, I don't think we're recording. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, no, I've been looking at that for like the last 10 minutes.
See?
So why didn't you say something?
Yeah,
Because I just thought I don't know. I just thought it was like on my screen. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought. It was just on my screen. I wasn't trying.
No, I'm saying, why didn't they say anything? They just noticed at that time.
well, he just
At the
looked
end,
down,
yeah.
I guess, because he happened to look down and see that. I don't know.
I felt like an asshole for not saying nothing. I was like,
Me too.
Paul just commented after what we just said about that poor guy. It said, quote, the views expressed on the Sharp Talk podcast do not necessarily represent the Tom Hosting Outdoors channel.
I need to call this like a waiver.
Yeah, see, that's allegedly that guy's got something wrong with him. We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know
told me
that.
that.
Yeah, we don't
It
know.
could be like that. What's that?
Ignorance is bliss.
What's that movie where like the guy? It's Scary
Rain
Movie
Man?
where
Rain
he's
Man.
all like, no, the Scary Movie where like
Dumb and
guy-
Dumber?
no, Officer Dewey. Remember that guy that acts retarded through a whole movie, and at the very
he's
end
not.
he like takes his shirt off and everything, hops in a Corvette with a hot chick at the end of the movie, and he's normal after all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Tom, I don't think you were born yet.
No.
Yeah, Scary
Yep.
Movie. Those
That was
were
a funny movie.
those
I know
were pretty
exactly what
funny.
you're talking
I like the part where he's like, "Don't bother me while I'm vacuuming in my room."
He's pitching a tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's using the vacuum to suck his dick.
Come
Yes.
on, Mom.
Yeah.
I told you not to bother me while I'm
The
vacuuming.
vacuum in the room. The
Uh,
glasses.
that dude was awesome.
No, we're so getting flamed for this one. This is going to be great.
That's all right.
I can already see the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Fetal alcohol syndrome is not a joke. Don't drink while you're pregnant. Coming from the guy from Florida.
or why you do podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I accidentally slipped.
That makes it more fun.
I'm sorry. I'm from Florida. We don't know any better.
We're all human.
We don't know any better down there. All we know is trailers and Mad Dog 2020.
Oh,
So
shit.
spike the breast milk with.
All right,
Try to get them started again.
Alex, what other topics did you want us to hit here?
Well, we kind of went,
I'm looking
Our
at our talk
our
here.
own way.
Our best knife that fits Tom's hands 2020.
Yes, that was a topic I came up with, and I'm very proud of it. I'm gonna. What do you guys vote?
I have a knife.
Stack Classic. Right Hummingbird.
The
Right Hummingbird,
The Spyderco B.
Hey, I like
the
that.
Spyderco B, Spyderco Bug.
Yeah, but the B's even smaller.
Is it really?
Yeah, the little keychain one.
Oh my god!
It's like the stainless steel handles.
All right,
I think
so we
it's
got the Reich Hummingbird, the Spyderco B.
Sick.
Steve's not there to vote.
He's gonna get the knife.
I
got a
right here.
good one. I got a good one too, but it's too far away from me.
I was very proud of myself. Look at my hand doesn't look that small on a PM2.
I thought that was I thought that was a military.
It's a little. It's a little small, but
All right, ready? Okay. So for size comparison, this is a Sebenza small 21.
fits
Okay.
perfectly in my hand. I love this one.
Okay. Really? Look, this thing's so tiny.
Shh.
Ready?
Yep.
Here's Tom's knife.
I have that exact knife, dude.
I know. I saw it in your video. I saw it in your video. This is a buddy of mine brought this over one day. He's like, my grandfather had it.
Yeah, that's how I got
saw it in your
mine.
video. I meant to call you.
I got mine from I think it was my grandpa's.
There you go, Tom.
It's
I have
such a
Tom's
tiny knife.
ideal knife.
So
You know what's crazy? Is it looks like he tried sharpening this thing.
It's like sharpening a paperclip.
Dude, no blade, no side-to-side play.
wow.
Where, Spider Code, take a note.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, especially it's probably made in the 1800s. It's
Oh my
it's old.
God, this thing's so old.
Steve, that small 21 in my hands, I have no room left at the end of the handle. It fits my hand perfectly. Well,
I traded a guy named G That Sharp,
yeah.
my smooth criminal, for this
Oh, nice.
to try it out. It is a surprisingly good knife for being a small. Like I really like I would totally carry this as like a main knife anytime.
Yeah, I carry
Like,
mine all the time.
It's small but
Yeah,
extremely capable.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like it's tiny, but it's super capable. Like I wouldn't.
That's
hesitate
what
to
she
take
said. It's tiny, but it's super capable.
It's
Hey,
super, yeah,
You know
it's
what
super
makes
capable.
one of, like I just got one. I got a plain one like that, and I got one with my card inlays. And my card inlays for the small make it hand feeling.
Well, yeah.
That would be yes.
I've had two smalls and both have had inlays, so they feel
Yes.
they feel a lot better with inlays.
The inlays definitely give you more hand feel, so I can imagine inlays on this guy would make it fucking tits. It would be perfect. Yeah, I was impressed with the guy. This is a cool knife. I dig it a lot.
I still wish I had my original. My original was had Tuya inlays in it, and it was fucking gorgeous.
The inlays.
I just bought a small Sebenza 21 and with that what do you call it? The moon landing edition.
The lunar
Yeah, I
one.
saw that one.
Yeah, I like that knife quite a bit.
You better hold on to that one because the value of that one's gonna skyrocket.
I think so too.
Everyone
It doesn't
wants that
matter.
knife.
He never fucking sells his knives. What does he
Bullshit.
get for value?
Bullshit.
Alex's collection gets bigger. It doesn't get smaller.
He's been slimming it down
Alex is
quite a
like,
bit.
do you remember the Persian king from 300? That is Alex in the knife world. Alex is like on his throne of amazing knives.
That's like Bob.
tall.
Bob's the same way. He's got knives hanging on the wall. He lost his room.
Bob's another one. Bob is a collector. He is not selling shit.
No.
Yep.
If I run out of room, I'll mount him to the fucking ceiling.
I actually just sold Bob 2 knives really cheap too. I sold him the Medford Slim Midi, and then I sold him my Emerson Iron Dragon.
The Slim Midi is a knife I dig a lot.
Yeah, this
I
one
want
one
one.
right here reminds me of it, Steve, a lot.
Dude, I am so jealous of that.
But I'll tell you what, though, in hand, the Slim Midi feels a little bit better.
Oh, really?
Because see how skinny the handle is as far as this way?
Okay.
But this one, this is on bearings.
Really?
I just found that out recently because, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
It's super smooth. But
Boom.
I didn't know because the tolerances are really tight. You can't really see in there. And Medford said that the only one that were on bearings was that button lock.
The Smooth Criminal, yeah.
So somebody asked him recently, man, how did you get this so smooth? He's like, oh, that one's on bearings too. I'm sorry. So it's a good knife. It's ground thin, nice and thin.
It's hit or miss with Medford.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it does have this. Though.
I couldn't deal with jamming my thumb into that lock bar on the Slim.
Oh, this is almost his word. This, I mean, of course, they're all like painful to unlock.
Can you see my thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is from carrying a Slim Midi for like 2 weeks straight.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got to use the fat of my thumb right here to disengage because my hands are already messed up,
You-
so it hurts.
Do you have a slim midi, Steve?
Yes.
Ooh, that's one I want.
Yes. That's another I picked. When did I grab? Did I trade someone for that? I got that earlier in the year. I actually had two of them. I should do like a review. I actually ordered one and then got it, and it was fucking thick as fuck behind the goddamn edge.
Oh.
And it pissed me off. And then I called up, and it was off-centered, which I don't really care about the off-center, but
Right.
everyone's telling me how thin their grinds are, and my Smooth Criminal was ground up. So I get this fucking slim midi, and the bevel's like half an inch wide.
Ooh.
Now, don't get me wrong. Whoever sharpened this knife, best factory edge I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. It was mirrored. It was gorgeous, right? Flawless edge. But it was thick as fuck. So then I first I hit up, I go to file a claim thing, and then there's a mess. It says when I was filing the claim to get the RMA number, there's a little button, like a little, like cartoon you're going to speak to him thing, and I click it, and it goes to a text message, and I text this person. I'm like, hey, I got an issue with the knife. And they were like, okay, well, what is it? And I sent him a picture, and then I got Kenny from In the Pocket. So I'm like, Kenny, do me a favor, take some calipers and measure behind the edge on your knife. And his is like 9 thousandths behind the
No
edge.
shit.
Yeah. And mine was like 30. No, mine was like 29. Mine was 29 thousandths behind the edge. And I'm
Mine was like 24, 22.
Yeah, my buddy's is 24.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I know why now. So I send it, and he was like, here, better to call me. And I was like, okay, when do you want to call? He's like, call me right now. I sent me his number. It's Greg Medford's number.
Yeah.
So I call, and it sounds like he was in his truck. So I start speaking to him, and and I'm like, yeah, man, the knife's fine. My only issue is like, I see, this is what I was expecting, and this is what I got. And he's like, well, our tolerances are between 15 thousandths and 30 thousandths.
What?
Damn. Dude, that is crazy.
That's a wide.
Like I
So
worked
if
at
it
a
would have
machine
been
shop.
40 thousandths, would he said 40,000 between 15,000 and 40,000s?
15 and 30 thousandths.
But I'm saying
that's
if you would have gotten
crazy.
it thicker, would have he said that increased
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
tolerances,
yeah.
right?
I'm like, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, he's like, well, that's what happens when you get into like a hand ground knife. And I'm like, no, that's not what happens when you get into
What they're
I'm
doing.
like, you can't advertise that it's hand ground and then be sloppy. That's like in my business, I hate this. Guys will use the word rustic for shitty technique. It'll look like a pile of dog shit. And they'll be like, oh, it's a rustic or a chet. No, it's not. It's shitty ass. Shitty presentation with shitty sauce in a shitty plate, and you're calling it rustic. Don't insult your grandmother like that, and don't insult mine. It's not rustic, it's shit. So when he told me that, I'm like, look, man, I've made maybe 10 or 11 knives since I started doing that for the channel. On a Harbor Freight 1x30, I can grind 2 knives within 4 or 5 thousandths of each other. Explain to me why your guys can't.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's not really that big a deal, He's like, don't get on the internet and blast me, It's just, this is how it is, Is the knife working right? Is there something wrong with it functionally? And I'm like, okay, if this is going to come down to whether it's functional or not, then no, there's nothing wrong with it functionally. And he's like, okay, well, it'll last you plenty a long time. Well, only difference is that one's just going to take you a little bit longer to sharpen. And I'm like,
and it's a pry bar.
Okay. So,
And it's a pry bar.
yeah, and I'm like, okay. So I get a phone with him. I call up DLT Trading where I got it. They were like, no, we have a 14-day return policy. And I'm like, okay, cool, dope. Unfortunately for me, PayPal offered me a credit line a long time ago. So I was like, sweet. So I was like, cool. I ordered another Medford, right? I had it sent to my house because if that one was going to be thick as fuck, I was going to send them both back and be like, give me my money back. I'm not going to order one for the same problem. So the one I have now is like 20 thousandths behind the edge, which is fine. But I'll show you guys pictures later. So I'm looking at the knives. Now I got 2 right in my hand, right? Lockup's fine. When I hold them up and look at them, they have both. One of them has washers that are about this big. One of them has washers that are about that big.
Huh. That's crazy.
And I'm like,
it's like they're trying to fill a gap.
I'm like, explain this to me. CNC machine titanium, You got surface ground blades. Why are there 2 different size washers? And the serial numbers were only 20 pieces apart.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
I was a big Greg Medford fan. Now I'm not so much of a Medford fan.
Yeah.
I was like,
That is
Yeah.
I
crazy.
don't think I'm going to be like, it's so hit or miss. Like, you're going to tell me, you're going to brag about making something. Like, in my last restaurant, like, we made handmade pasta. That's why it tasted good. You don't come to my restaurant and be like, this pasta tastes like shit. Well, it's handmade. I mean, what do you expect? Like, no, motherfucker, that's not how it works. If you hand make something, it's supposed to be better, right? Like, that's
Right.
the point. You're going to give us, you're taking the time to make a better blade. So I don't know. After that, I got to put the pictures up and show everybody because it's like the washer thing killed me. I'm like, why are there 2 knives, identical models, 20 pieces apart, and they have different washers?
That doesn't make any sense.
0 cents.
So,
Off my field, I'm
were
sorry.
yours the S90V versions?
That's the best part. I ordered mine, and then when I finally got it, 2 days later, the fucking S90V ones came out.
So what were yours, D2?
No, mine are S35.
S35.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy one unless it's S90V, and I almost bought one when the S90V ones dropped.
Well, I can tell you right now, I got to release it. Hopefully tonight I can get it done. But I did a cut test with S35EN, and one of the knives was the Smooth Criminal,
Mhm.
And it did really, really well. I can
Awesome.
say that. His. I'll tell you right now, the first 2 sharpenings on that knife, that steel crumbled. Like when I was cutting boxes with it, and I could see the edge chipping out.
I was
That's what
just
I got.
gonna say, I cut a little zip tie with my daughter for my daughter's toy, and it completely like fucked the edge.
Yeah, there.
One
Yeah.
cut.
Huh?
My slim midi mortar,
Oh, really? What steel was it? It was S35?
S35, and
Damn,
I had another friend that said the same thing. So I'm assuming that it's probably burnt up steel. There's probably good
Yeah.
stuff in there.
For sure. Once you sharpen it a couple times, like I sharpened it obviously like 3 times for the test, and it did way better than I expected. Like, surprised the fuck out of me. It did really, really well for S35. Like, really well.
Speaking of burnt steel, my Rex 45 Manix that I got, the tip on mine at the very top, like on the spine, is fucking brown. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
A lot of my Spydercos I've had to sharpen 2 or 3 times before I got the good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's performing great on the factory edge, honestly. But
Tips, man. Tips. The thinner the material, the quicker
Yeah,
you
the
can
quicker it
overheat.
heats.
Yep.
Yeah, so tips get so. I got a tip, like Roman. Roman taught me this. Like when I started making those knives, I make the tips of the knife like a quarter of an inch longer than I expect it to be because of how hot the tip will get and how brittle it can get just from grinding. Even though I'm grinding it wet, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's still
even with one pass, you can get that burnt tip.
yeah,
100%, dude.
I mean, you got to be very light with the tip, and it's hard.
I've never seen a
That's a
Kershaw
secret.
leak that didn't have a burnt tip.
Huh?
I've never seen a Kershaw leak that didn't have a burnt tip because of how thin it gets out there.
Oh, the tip, the leak. I hate the leak.
So I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I actually EDC, like carried every single day, 365 days a year for 7 or 8 years straight a Kershaw leak.
That's why you hate it so much.
I hate that. That's all I thought like pocket knives were. I thought they were all assisted. I thought they were all fucking skinny. I thought all the tips broke off.
And they all came from Kershaw.
Yeah. Granted, I pried open a door lock 7 or 8 times with that thing. Probably why the tip broke.
Yeah, mine's been reground several times.
Yeah,
when I used it.
I hate the leak. Ugh.
So while we have everyone here, Paul says, "Hey, remember the Rat 2 Christmas editions?"
Oh, here we go.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh fuck. Well, Steve walked
What
away.
is it? What?
I said, while everyone's here, Paul says, "Hey, remember the Rat 2 Christmas editions?" Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh yeah, remember that? We're gonna do, I still got them.
Okay, I still got mine too.
I got mine.
So we will ship them along. I still have to sharpen mine though. Everything else is done to it, but I just need to sharpen it.
I gotta do some finishing work on mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they're not done, guys. Come on.
Well, it's done.
Wait. I don't even have one.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to engrave a dick on a knife that small? So relax, Alex. Okay, it takes some fine. It's like trying to milk a cat. You know, like really, really tiny details.
That's good.
The ball hair is very delicate.
They're gonna be.
It would be very
tattoos.
easy for Tom to do.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, well, he's got those little Chinese lady fingers. He can do the little intricate. You know.
The lady fingers.
Yeah, that's what we say in the restaurant. Like people that are good at pastries, they have the little Chinese lady fingers. They can do like the tiny little. I got sausage fingers. I can't do any of that. Watching me try to roll one time, it's like watching you fuck a football, man. And then like I'm like this. I got carpal tunnel, and then it looks like a pile of shit. Doesn't even look like a wonton.
He says Nuttin' Fancy would have had it done by now.
He would have. He would have had his blade out by now with that zip tie on.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you tell me what Nothing Fancy will do, and I'll tell you what a vagina tastes like. How about that? Nothing Fancy. Guy's chode.
It's a joke.
He's a chode.
He's been doing videos lately, actually.
Yeah, because he's hurting for money, I'm sure.
Probably. I tell you what, that's who's not losing money. You know who's making a ton of money? All those YouTube guys with like 500,000 fucking million subs.
Yeah,
those
that
guys
were
are fucking killing it right now.
Yeah, they're like,
oh, dude, they're probably watching their view counts quadruple in the last fucking 2
dude,
weeks.
that's why you've seen people who haven't made videos in years. They're making videos again.
Are they?
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy.
Trying to cash out that ad revenue.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, shit. Even mine has went up. I'm like, look, I usually don't get a check for 2 or 3 months because I don't make the limit.
And those are the people making money right now.
Yeah,
those are the only ones making money.
How does YouTube monetizing work?
But like ads, like whenever. Like when you monetize your videos, as long as they doom it acceptable for YouTube, which a lot of times it's like they just guess. And when you see an ad on somebody's video, you get paid on it, I think, 2 different ways. You get paid on it by it just showing up on their video, but it's not that much. It's like pennies. And then if they watch it more than 15 seconds, you get like the full payment on it, which is still nothing. Like for instance, I'll let you know honestly. I make maybe $100 a month at most.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have that many subs, but I mean, still, with all the videos I put out,
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about there's a dude on YouTube that broke. It's weird how it works. Yeah, like. It's based on the engagement, or I don't know how.
Exactly watch time. It's not about how many views you get. It's like you could have 10,000 views and that video makes $1. I could have one with 500 views that makes $10.
Yeah,
because of the watch time.
Yeah, exactly. And all the there's this one dude. He's a bodybuilder guy I saw there, and he was breaking it down. And I mean, he's got 300,000 subscribers on his. I mean, in his videos on average, he probably makes about $1,000 a video. But I mean, which is insanity when you think about it. Like in our little world, this guy is on there making videos about working out and whatnot. And he's making fucking $1,000. But look a couple videos he made over $4,000 or $5,000 on a video.
Yeah, well, there's a guy who breaks it down. Finance videos make the most.
Really?
Yeah, like financial advice type videos, for whatever reason, make the most money on YouTube.
That's because people probably watch them longer.
Make the most money.
And knife videos make the least.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of my average watch time is like, really? Y'all really watch 2 seconds of that video?
Seriously?
It's terrible. I'm like, why do I even bother?
Like, why do I even do this?
Yeah. I'm talking to myself on camera.
So I can answer the same questions over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I just had a guy message, comment on that bailout video where I broke the bailout.
Yeah.
He's like, "What model Hinder is this? Like, what am I supposed to fucking say to that? Like, then they call me an asshole because I start fucking raging on them, and I'm like,
it's the new plastic XM9.
No, it's a new Z Hunters model.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, you're a fucking moron. Period. You have to be such an asshole. Unsubbed. Like, I give a fuck.
So, Steve, I want to see you do that with the new bailout.
Do what? Break it?
Yeah, the new aluminum.
The handle's still
I
plastic,
guarantee.
right?
No,
No, it's
aluminum.
aluminum.
Oh, the aluminum?
But you could still probably break the blade. I
The
know he
blade
could.
will pop.
I believe Steve can break it. I know he can.
I want to see you put the 3V blade in the aluminum scales and try and break it.
Oh, I'll bend it like a U. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he'll bend that blade in half.
I'm actually upset that I broke that handle. What I should have done is I should have not let it break and see how far I could have bent that blade, because that blade was bent like this.
Yeah.
So
it looked pretty funny.
If I had just put a towel around it and just grabbed it real hard and choked up real hard, I bet you I could have bent that thing into a horseshoe.
I'm pretty sure they said that when they came out with that knife initially that they, in testing, if that heat treat could get that knife to almost 90 degrees.
Wow.
It could, but it won't bounce back like it's supposed to.
No.
Yeah. No, it
plastically deformed. It's just stuck.
I don't doubt it at 56 or whatever that thing was rated. I mean, it's soft.
Yeah.
That's soft. You think it's steel that's that tough and that soft? It's like fucking tin foil. Like, it's just gonna.
It's Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a fucking like a limp dick. It's just gonna go like it.
It just wasn't good altogether. The only thing that soft bailout did well on was wood. Everything else chipped it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plastic chipped it. Cardboard chipped it. I mean, it's just crazy.
I'll bet I could. I'll snap the blade on that M4 one though.
Oh yeah.
I'll bet you that thing will pop. I mean, M4 is decently tough, but if they're running it as hard as they say they are, because it's big. That's the biggest thing. That's what I learned from that test, was the biggest determining factor on how tough a blade is going to be in that kind of situation is the geometry.
Yep.
Like, you look at that Emerson. That Emerson holds 125,000 stock thickness from about that much of the tip.
Yep. Very thick.
Yeah, you take that, right? Couple it with a 57, 58 heat treat on 154 cm. That's already a pretty tough steel. I mean, I still watch that video.
It's crazy.
I have that 6-minute clip saved on my phone. The rest of the video is gone just because of how fucking far I bent that Emerson, and it still didn't fucking snap. Yep. Like, I was shocked. I was 100% certain I was going to have 3 broken knives at the end of that video. I went into that video with the intention of breaking 3 knives. That Emerson, I was like, what? And then the fucking 2x4 split.
Yeah, I know everybody was like, oh, God, here it goes. Here, I was looking at the video like, here goes, Steve. It's about to happen.
I was sitting there cringing and like bracing for the pop, and it just never
Especially
happened.
when you heard the pop of the wood, I thought the blade was gone.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Like, it's done.
100%. I didn't expect the Strider to break so fast. That thing caught me off guard.
That definitely caught me off guard too.
I was
because the heat treat was higher.
I think Kurt poked it. I think it was like just under 61. So I wasn't, but the tip's thin. That's what it is.
It is.
The tip is thin. Yeah. I want to say it's funny because I started this theory. I tried to when I was looking at what made it happen. I was like, okay, what's the difference between the blades? Okay, well, the stock thickness. This one's 125 thousandths. That's not super thick, right? 125 thousandths isn't super thick. So then I looked at it and I measured it, and I think the Strider broke like right at 120 thousandths where it thickened up. And I think BJ snapped the tip off of some knife, and it broke right at like 120 thousandths. My theory is 120 thousandths is like the line where a knife will start snapping. That's kind of like the threshold. Like, once you go under that, you start putting half an inch of tip in, it's going to start breaking.
You know what I would have liked to see you been a test if I would have still have it. I had one of the old school Tanto Striders. Dude, the tip on that thing was so beefy. I mean,
See, that's
it was stock thickness all the way to the tip.
see that
You know, I think it
Well,
would have lasted.
when I snapped the tip on the SOCOM Elite, the Tanto, where it broke, 120 thousandths. It broke literally, like you can measure.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm telling. That's my theory. That's my running theory right now. Like I can look at a knife, and if right wherever it goes to 120 thousandths, I know where it's going to break. That's my prediction now. Yeah, I got to see if I can get my hands on like a used, new Benchmade bailout.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a very nice knife. I've handled them now.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
It looks nice. Well, like that's the thing is like I liked the bailout. Like when they released it in aluminum and M4, I was like, oh, that's a sweet knife. Like I would dig that.
It makes more sense.
It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I like aluminum handles too. I like M4.
Yep.
Yep.
And their M4 is very good. For the most
Yeah, I
part.
wish I would have waited for that one.
Oh, wait. It's really good after you sharpen it like 15 times.
Yeah, I said for the most part.
You know, like everybody, I swear. Like you have to sharpen a knife 75 times. I got to hit up Sean about that. When he made that post on Instagram the other day where they were showing the Spyderco sharpening setup.
Yeah.
And it was like water. He showed the water that was being sprayed on it. I got to hit Sean up and be like, if they water cool it, why did my factory edge just suck dick? Like what?
Yep.
Like, why? Like I don't know if your PM2's got it. Mine had chatter all along the edge.
No, mine wasn't too bad. Mine was a pretty nasty and pretty even bevel.
Mine was pretty even. It just had bad chatter all over it.
No, mine
I
was
see
bad at all.
My
The Manix,
my
on the other
Rex
hand, is very
military
bad.
wasn't. The what?
That Rex Manix is really bad.
Let me guess. It's 10 degrees on one side, 30 on the other.
No, the one bevel looks like it has a spot of 10 and another spot's 20, and then you turn it over and it's perfectly even.
But a machine doesn't.
Well, the machine fucked it all up.
Steve, come on, look at that smooth G10 Crewwear Manix I have. It's machine ground totally, but the primary grind is a degree different per side. So it's 21 degrees per side on one side and 15 on the other with an even bevel, but the primary grind's totally, you can see it on the plunge.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, that one I got Brian to regrind for me, that Rex Para 3.
Yeah.
Man, a world of difference. I think it's at 10,000ths per side. Oh, man.
Now it's a laser.
Oh, man. And it's so easy to sharpen now.
That's like
2 seconds.
That Maximate Native I had in regrind. It's at 10,000 behind the edge, and that thing is a monster.
Makes life so much easier.
It does.
Yeah. I've been regrinding everything lately. Just trying.
That's all I've been doing, just trying, regrinding everything. I think I just did 4 D2 blades recently. Someone's getting a very thin rat number 2. I can tell you that.
Ooh.
Someone's getting a very thin one.
Fuck D2.
With a dick on it.
To top it off.
It's going
to be a thin dick.
You're going to get a thin rat dick.
That is the only blade steel I cannot stand. D2.
Yeah.
Mine's OS 8, so I'll give you mine.
Same with mine. I much prefer the OS 8.
I think it's better, yeah. I'm interested to see what's crazy, because like the PSF 27 on that Strider that I had, thing cuts forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing cuts forever.
I noticed that
I don't really
too.
bitch about the edge retention. The edge retention is normally pretty it's alright. Like on good stuff, but the sharpening for some reason is just a pain in the ass. I don't understand. Well, on a system, a fixed system.
Well, just in general. So it's just because the heat treat's just jacked on them. It's part of the reason all that myth about like D2 is hard, they're harder to sharpen and blah blah blah. It's just because I think the heat treat's just hard to do. It's just hard to hit in general. And then you put it on a production scale, it's just not. It just doesn't work.
Steve, I'm supposed to ask you about your opinions on the Jurassic 2.
The Jurassic, it's tits. I think it kicks the shit out of the fucking XM18. That's what I think. Mine's fucking awesome. I think it's a hair smaller, but in a good way. It's got just as much handle. The handle's better. It's got this hump. It kind of sinks into your palm.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got better ergos. It doesn't have any jimping. Mine's like 18 thousandths behind the edge. I mean, it's just all around a better knife.
Have they
Like, I
updated that
love
with
it.
that tri-way pivot yet?
Yep, it's updated. Yep.
Okay.
It's got a tri-way pivot, the lock bar insert. Matter of fact, when I USA Made Blades, I was watching one of their live streams. Rick took the Gen 1s of the Jurassic, and he retrofitted them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, to make them all tri-way and shit.
I just bought an XM18 from them.
Wait, they're cool people over there.
I got one of the. You saw that video they did with the Skinny Skinner?
Yeah, the new Skinny Skinner.
That's what I got. I got one of those.
You got to let me know how that thing is. It looks tits. The Skinny Skinner looks sick.
I guess it's got thinner blade stock too and everything. It's interesting. So
yeah, the Skinnies are like instead of 165 thou, they're 140 thou.
Yep.
And they've got a more aggressive grind.
Yeah.
Like I know Kenny has a couple people have like not the Skinners, but they have other blade shapes, and theirs are like 18 thou behind the edge or something like that. Like they're good cutters.
Yeah. So that should be pretty interesting. Since I have the huge and then I have the tiny, I figured the one in the middle.
Maybe the skinny.
Someone was gonna send me one of the skinnies to check out back when I was in my hateful hinderer days, and he didn't send it for like a month. I'm not somebody to hit up somebody else and be like, hey man, you gotta send me that knife. I just kind of let it go. And he messaged me like 2 months later, and he goes, yeah, sorry I never sent you that knife. He goes, that thing was a piece of shit. It closed on my hand when I was trying to cut something with it. The lock just failed. I'm like, all right. So.
I doubt it, man. He probably did something stupid.
Who knows?
I don't know. I want to be around when a lock fails on somebody. Like I've never. I don't know. I haven't experienced.
Wouldn't the lock have to fail with you're trying to stab something and then it folds downwards?
Well, even then,
cut
most of the time
yourself?
you're holding on the lock bar, so it can't.
Yeah, you're holding it like this. You're like I'm
Right.
Nero Knives. Vinny, he did a video not too long ago. He's got a Strider, right? I mean, he
Oh,
can
the one with the bad lock on it.
Yeah, that lock. And he grabbed the thing and literally nailed the 2x4 together and pried the 2x4 off, and the lock didn't fit because it's a frame lock. You're doing like the spine whack thing. I get it. Like your spine. I mean, if it's failing, you should get it fixed. But I don't understand how it's going to fold on your hand if you're
Yeah.
like.
I've had a handful of knives come into the shop. You can, as soon as they lock up, you can just push them like this and they pop off. But you can see that when you first open it up.
Okay, watch this. You can. Where is it?
Like it's pretty apparent when a knife doesn't lock up properly.
I had a CRKT cut the dog crap out of me from me putting my thumb on the top, and I was pushing down, and it went down on me. But it slid a lot.
Yeah.
Walmart special right here. Here's your Ozark Trail, right? Watch.
Oh my god.
My finger, watch.
Now,
I mean, you can. I can literally just fold it like a slip joint. Matter of fact, this GEC has more pull to shut like that than this knife does to shut.
that's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, it's got like 1% lockup. I don't know if you can even see that,
God,
right?
It's not even touching.
Can you even see? It's like barely touching. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no wonder it does that, right? But I mean, if my hand's on this, see, look.
Yeah, it's not going.
You see how
anywhere.
hard it is? And I'm not like gripping it extra hard. It's just, but you see, it's not. I don't know how you could be. I don't know, and that's an extreme example. Look at that.
Yeah, there's.
In a tactical situation, if you need to like stab a gas can because it's
There we go.
shit's about to go down,
Shit's
I
about
could
to get real.
then I could see like how it would fold on you.
Yeah. I
That's a
don't know
good
how he
point.
did it.
I'm not thinking operator, dude. See, Alex. That's why we have Alex here. Operator.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that. Operator. That's why he's here, because I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies.
It's This is like everything ZT wish it could be. It's like got thin blade stock. It's thin behind the edge. You know, and it's even got that locking mechanism. See?
They ripped them off on that one, huh?
Yeah, look at that. There you go. I actually just figured this out like before the show was on. I was sitting there talking to my girl, and I'm flipping this thing like this, and I'm like, I wonder how the lock is, and it did that. And I was like, oh well, yep, that don't look too secure to me.
Oh well.
But look, unassisted. Kershaw, where you at, Kershaw? Running on Teflon? Come on, Kershaw.
Oh, that's on Teflon?
Yeah.
This is this thing is on Teflon. Watch it. I don't know if you can see how smooth this is.
I got one just like it. I got two of them just like it. Stupid smooth.
Crazy.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's like butter. This thing is like this. Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna piss somebody off. This is maybe. This is. If you close your eyes, you can't tell the difference between these things.
That's funny.
Oh wait, hold on. Another thing, guys, like listen to that D10. Oh yeah. Thumbstud opening.
This one's on.
Wait, hold on.
This
Deployment.
This one's Teflon too, actually.
Is it? There we go.
Yeah.
That's a nice knife. What's that?
That's a custom K2.
Oh, that's like the real K2.
Yeah. It's the Farid Mayer K2.
The real K2. That thing's a beast.
So I haven't taken this one apart yet. I just got this one, but my large one that I have, I took it apart, and you know what he did was he has a small nylon washer towards the scale, and then on the inside where it meets the blade, there's a large nylon washer. So there's two stacked on each side. That's how he does his stuff, which is kind of cool. They have different thickness too.
Did you say you have a large?
Yeah. This is a small.
One bigger than that?
Oh yeah.
That's a small one.
Yeah,
What?
dude, the K2 is huge.
That looks huge from here. Camera has 10 pounds.
There it is next to the XM24. Right. The other K2 I think is a little bigger than the 24.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a hoss, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. I've never handled a Spyderco K2. I've only handled the custom one.
Lock stick, right? Like for days.
Yeah, it was, and I totally agree with what you said. It's definitely like a crude type of knife, but it's pretty badass. So.
Yeah, it's very crude. It's kind of sharp around the edges, like on the frame. So when you squeeze on it, you can feel it. I think I could use it for hours on end, but I think my hand would hurt like hell after I'm done.
Yeah, my Spyderco K2 I had, when I did any tests with it, it killed my hands after a while.
Yeah, this will kill your hands.
The original production knife.
After a while. What's that?
So that's the original production knife in 10V.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone forgets about
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, I love that. I want to make a knife. How big? 15 ounces. What kind of steel you want to use? 10V. That's like American. That's like the Hummer of knives. Like you go big or you go home. Like we're not gonna make this out of no big stick bitch steel. I'm gonna make this out of just the nastiest shit I can.
That's why they hadn't been able to make one so long. They used all their stock on the K2.
Probably. This one's D3.
I've never used that before.
D3.
D3.
He uses that a lot.
It's one more
Three
better
dicks.
than D2.
It's not 2 dicks. It's 3 dicks.
Yeah, it's not the DP. It's the 3D.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
The only thing so this is the only full flat grind that he's ever done. And then the only thing I don't like is, you see that deployment hole right there?
Yeah.
Looks like he fucked up. And then when you look on this side, you can't really see it because that's where the fuller stuff.
Right.
So I think what he did is he went in the fuller and then he slipped right here.
Could be.
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's fucked up. Okay, let's make it a full flat grind.
Yep,
Sold.
yep. I need to fix. Full flat grind. Okay. It's still fucked up on the other side. It's okay, I had blood vessels.
But you know, I love this thing though. Like I really do like it. I think it's cool. You know.
It is super fucking cool.
Yeah, I love that blade shape.
It is. It's unique. You know. So.
What do you know about that? Oh yeah. Oh, and it's got early lockup, which guys love.
See, that's the polar opposite with this thing. This thing locks up real nice.
I bet that thing locks up solid as a rock.
The Spyderco one was far.
Yeah, this one's super far too, and it's so you could feel the adhesion between the back of the blade tang to the titanium. So literally, you can hear it every time you disengage the stick to it.
Yeah, I took my carbudizer out on my Spyderco one and carbidized it.
Did you?
If I do this to it, like whip it hard,
Oh yeah.
you know, you can already hear like
You got to get your keys out and pry it.
yeah, pretty much. Now the big one,
That's how my Striders used to be.
the big one is so bad that I have to use two hands to unlock it. I'm like, ugh. But
That's how my
this one's manageable.
My SMF is like that.
Especially
Yeah.
after that test, huh, Steve?
What? Pry open the lock bar on the Strider on that test.
Yeah.
It was so neat. I couldn't get it off. No, it was fucked up because I traded a guy for that SMF. This dude in the Air Force. I think I traded him like my crew, like two. I think it was my crew wear pair of 3 and my 4B pair of 3, right? And he sends it. He's like, I saw the videos. It's like locks up, no issues, blah blah blah. It comes in the mail. I go to my force. The box is there. Take it aside. I open it up. And I literally open it up like this, and I hear it click, click, and I start going like this, and it's shaking like a fucking maraca. Click, 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 click.
Damn.
Like I take a video and I send it to him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? He's like, oh, the pin must have got loose in transit.
Yeah, because they were playing with your knife.
I'm like, bro, don't insult my intelligence, you fucking liar. I'm like, yeah, well, you want me to send your knives back? I'm like, no, just go fuck yourself. How about that? I'm like, I'll research the lock bar myself. It must have gone loose during transit. There's the most shady motherfuckers in this bit. Like, I get screwed over all the time when I do fucking trades and buying people. Like, it boggles my mind how many times I was. During transit. Get out of here. But yeah, that thing, I had to research that lockdown because for whatever reason, Strider does not know how to. In 20 years they were making knives, you can't figure out how to get that lock bar to work.
Yeah.
I still can't understand it. I cannot figure out why they can't make that lock work. Like it's either too early or too late. It's stick. The only knife I've ever seen a lock bar wear, the titanium lock bar wear, was on that SMF. Yeah,
That's how my first PT was. It's almost 100%.
yeah, it was literally when I took it apart, you could see where it just forked an angle like this. So I had to like give it some old English on that side, make it lock up again.
That's funny too, because my SNG that I have, you guys remember when I first got it, I had like major problems with the lock.
Yeah.
And it wore out over time, but it keeps changing the way it feels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's never like consistent. Like it's you could tell the lock bar face is changing, the lock bar face is changing all the time.
Exactly. That's what happens when you use raw titanium.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what it is. When I was at Blade Show, I had picked up an SMF from Vinny and Nero Knives because he wasn't able to make it that day. And I ended up putting that knife in the hands of another high-end knife maker at that show. The first thing they said, oh, I've never handled one of these. And they unlocked it, and they're like, that titanium feels raw as fuck. The first thing they said, was that it felt raw. And I'm like, I figured you'd say that.
Yep. Like it hadn't had any heat to it either. Yeah.
No, I don't think they heat treat their titanium at all.
And it doesn't take much to harden titanium.
Well, here's the thing. The whole purpose of using 6Al4B is that it can be heat treated.
Yeah, to
That's
40
the
something,
purpose.
45.
Yeah, the purpose of using grade 5 titanium is because you can heat treat it, okay, and make it strong and tough and blah 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 blah. You know, that's everybody's Chinese titanium. Okay, we're gonna try it. Don't pop your books on a Strider. or a Medford now technically, right? Because Medford makes Strider now, right?
Yeah, right. That AR-75.
Yeah, right. Medford.
Oh, is that who Medford made that AR-75?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
you didn't know?
I didn't know
You
that.
didn't see that
Oh,
controversy?
dude, it's a huge dude. Yeah, so they sold that off the Strider website, and then like a week later, they come out and say that it was made like OEM'd by Medford.
Only because
Wow.
somebody called them out on it
They
too.
called them out. Yeah, because if you look at it, you can tell
It's got a lot of their same,
a
like
lot of the same
the
stuff.
horrible, like tough lock bar pressure.
Yep.
The cutouts are the
Bronze and
same.
Yep.
I
They
really,
yeah.
I really like the look of that knife, though.
No, I
was
was
dope.
looking to get one of those. I thought it was dope, and I would still get it. I'm not a Strider fanboy, but those Strider guys, I felt bad because Strider dudes are like ride or die.
Yeah.
Like they put up with a lot of shit. They're really hardcore about that whole brand, and for them to just straight up fucking lie to them,
Yeah.
like if I go buy a ProTech SNG, I don't pay $500 for it. It's made by ProTech. You know what I mean? And I thought the guy Josh was like, "I don't see the video with the big deal is. It's still a made in the USA knife."
Yes, after I saw that, I'm like, do y'all make any of y'all knives? Any of
Yeah,
them?
any of them now?
Are y'all,
Like, I mean-
y'all the quartermaster of the industry? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm like, what is? I don't care. That's not the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't go buy a bunk-made SNG and charge someone $600 for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Quartermaster.
That's a collab knife. That's not a fucking. The thing is I think they knew that they wouldn't sell as many if they told people that, because a lot of Strider dudes, they don't like Greg Medford.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. There's like, weird blood between those. Yeah, that thing was made by Medford, man.
Wow.
I
I saw the knife. I just didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. I didn't even zoom in on the picture. But a couple of my friends were on like some chat on the IG who kept talking about it. And like from like the little small picture, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. You know, it's a nice looking knife.
Oh, I would have got one if I could afford one. I would. It's a cool like.
I'm sure Greg made it well, but I just I didn't know that.
No. Yeah, 100%. But you can't. Not with, you know what I mean? It's like if Chris Reeve had Hinderer make their knives and not tell them about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
Like,
It is weird.
Yeah, you can't. You got to tell people that. You
Yeah.
can't. People buy that brand.
You're buying
you know?
a Strider. You're not buying a Medford.
Yeah, you're not buying
Right.
a Medford. You know what I mean? Like,
If I wanted to buy a
especially
Medford,
Greg
I'd buy a Medford.
Yeah, especially Greg Medford. That guy you got to take with a grain of salt to begin with. Like a lot of people don't like him anyway.
No.
You know what I mean? Because he's a bit of a douche.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, fellas, I'm probably gonna have to sign off. I gotta go to the grocery store.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
I appreciate y'all
make
having
sure
me
your
on.
arms, you're ready to go.
Oh, I got a hazmat suit. I'm gonna pop one real quick.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Nick. It was great having you on
Hey,
here.
anytime, man. I had
Hey,
a lot of
Nick.
fun.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
Stassa23 on both Instagram and YouTube.
All right.
If you don't know who Stassa23 is at right now, kill yourself.
Yeah, just go find the local bridge around you and jump.
Yeah, that's it. Go find a bridge, jump off. Tag us in the ID video, though.
It was awesome to have you, man.
Yeah, anytime. It was a blast.
All right, buddy.
Later,
All
man.
right,
See you later.
later.
What a pleasant surprise. I hop on and Nick's.
Yo, you didn't know that Nick was going to be on here?
No. Did you tell me?
No, I figured Alex told you.
No.
No, I told you. You're just like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? I'm like, fuck yeah. And that was it.
No, because last night we're like, let's have Steve on, and then freaking, and then this morning I'm like, let's try to have another freaking person, because
What, you texted, like, I don't know if it was this morning or it was last night, and I was already asleep at that point.
I think it was last night. I'm like, fuck it, let's get Stassa.
I woke up in the middle of the night with a message from Alex saying, did Steve say he could be on the podcast? And I was like, fuck it. And then the next message said, I'm just going to get Stassa to be on too. I was like, we can have them both. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's fucking
because
awesome, really.
yeah, because then more the merrier, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Especially Nick. Nick's a cool fucking dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun.
he is.
Me and Nick got hammered at Blade Show. And then we drove around to a Steak and Shake and ate hamburgers at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Do you think Blade's gonna happen this year?
No.
I don't know, dude.
No
it's
way.
Like, I know they're waiting until the last minute, but I don't think so, man.
They've canceled so much stuff that.
Yeah.
How are they gonna have Blade when they don't even like have like most businesses open right now? You know what I'm saying? And it's June's not that far away.
The only reason, again, I don't think it's going to happen, but the only reason why I would give it any chance at all is because it's here in Georgia. The governor here in Georgia he's real lackadaisical about this coronavirus thing. Like, he's not mandating. The only thing he mandated was that they close schools. That was it. You know, he every time he does an address, he's just kind of like, yeah, this is how many cases we got. This is how many deaths we got. Don't touch. Don't be a dirty bitch. Y'all have a good night. Like, that's about it. He's left it basically in the hands of the county mayors and whatnot. You know, the city mayors
Right.
to kind of deal with it. So I think that's the only reason why it hasn't been canceled yet. I think they're waiting to see if this thing dies down. You know what I mean? My issue is, like, I don't want anybody from fucking China in that content. I don't want Riyadh. I don't want to see I don't want to see any of them in there.
Well, you know a lot.
Like this.
There's a lot of high-end collectors from China that come in.
I know.
That's like their party right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge show. I mean, you have a ton of international traffic for that show.
Yeah,
It's massive.
everybody comes in from all over the place. So
Exactly.
it was supposed to be my first Blade show, hanging out with you guys,
Me
but
too.
I'm gonna skip it this year. Then I'll do it next
I
year.
think that's right.
Oh, you're not going to go? You're not going to go if they do it?
No, I'm not. It's too late by now.
Yeah.
I'm using my vacation to get paid right now. So I don't even have any vacation time left. I'm screwed when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it too.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I think the reason if they'll cancel it is just because I don't think they're going to see the attendance. I don't think anyone's going to have the money to go to Atlanta and drop
Definitely.
coin on knives. You know what I mean? Like, by that time, we're all still going to be broke.
Yeah.
Like, June, like, there's no one's going to have the time. Like, what vendors are you going to have the money to show up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, knives are a luxury item. They're not a necessity. So it's like, you know, like, first thing, you know, knife budget gets cut, gym membership gets cut, restaurant budget gets cut. Like, you know, people aren't going to have enough. I don't think anyone's going to have the money, or the vendors are going to be able to show up. You know, because it's expensive for those people to drive down there, buy a booth, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Right, set up, stay there for 3 days, hotels.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I was about ready to buy tickets, and I was about ready to book hotel room and everything, and then all this happened. I was like, I'm not fucking buying anything then until this gets all cleared up.
Me, Lee, and Kenny got a hotel about a month ago, longer. Yeah. So me and Lee were talking. We made an executive decision that even though Blade Show's not going on, we're still going to go get drunk and spend 3 days in the hotel. If that's what we're doing. So we're going to figure something out. Like we're going to do something for 2 or 3 days. That's all I know.
That's
so I'm going to figure it out. I took off the time already. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
It's going to be a good time. Look, if we all bring knives, we stand there and act like it's a show.
It's fucking scuffed Blade Show.
Yeah. We'll all stare at each other's knives and shit. Like, that's cool. And it's like a faux pit. We'll just get trashed in the hotel lobby and call it the pit. You know what I mean? Just start crowd surfing and shit. Tell me. I'm bummed. I wanted to see everybody. I wanted to.
Yeah, I really wanted to go too.
Maybe next year.
Bob, the knife junkie, that was supposed to be his first one too. He was kind of upset that it wasn't gonna. Well, the direction it's going.
Right.
Yeah, because it fucking sucks, man. It's like there's one time a year when we all get to meet up and fucking just let loose and have some fucking fun and peek out and get drunk and yeah. You laughing, Tom? I'm telling you, next year in the Blade Show, you're gonna be a fucking hot mess. I'm telling you, you're gonna be.
It won't take me long.
You better gain some weight. You need to gain some weight for your own health.
Listen here, Steve. Since the beginning of this year, I've put on 20 pounds.
Lies.
Dead serious.
Yeah,
lies.
yeah, I don't believe that.
Dead serious.
Lies. You've got rocks in your pockets.
Yeah.
No.
You're wearing thick clothing.
Listen.
Well, you definitely didn't gain it in your hands.
No. Fucker. Here's what I do every morning, Steve. I take that mass gainer shake that you make fun of. That's 1,600 calories for breakfast. So
how do you function? I would fall asleep.
I am so tired after that, though.
Yeah, it's 1,600. It's like a full day's calories for like a small girl.
So, Paul just put get Tom a shake weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 1,600 calories for breakfast, and then I'm set for the rest of the day. I just eat my normal meals, and I'm up over like 3,500, 4,000 calories by the end of the day.
Yeah, I guarantee you will be because you ate half those. Good God,
Yeah.
how do you function? I would really take a nap.
And then I lift weights 3 or 4 to 5 days a week.
A shake weight?
No,
Shake
real weights.
He takes his knives.
Whoa! Shake weights are real weights, sir.
Well, yeah.
That's a real weight, dude.
It's a real workout.
That's a real workout.
Like the fucking South Park episode.
I can show you lots of girls I know that got in really good shape with this type of activity.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm halfway to my goal of where I want to be.
Your goal is 40 pounds?
My goal is to pick up 40 pounds.
Damn. I mean, I'm impressed you gained anyway. Good God.
To what? To like 135 when you hit your goal?
155, dickhead.
He goes, I'm going to gain 40 pounds. How much you plan on weighing? 110?
No, Steve, since the beginning of this year, I've gone through, after this bag's done, I'm almost done with this bag, it'll be 42 pounds of that weight gainer.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, every morning I take one.
Well, you know, it's funny. That actually adds up. So that makes sense. You're gaining 20 pounds a bag.
Not a bag. No, each bag's 12 pounds. So I've bought 3 of those bags, and I had a little 6-pound thing to start. So after this bag's done, it's 42 pounds through 4 months.
I would be dead.
3 full months. Honestly, I'm used to it now. It used to make me feel like shit in the morning. Now I feel great. I feel like shit if I don't have it.
I don't even enjoy it now.
Oh, it's great.
Because once you hit 30, dude, you're gonna stop drinking that weight gain.
Oh yeah. Well, no, what I was doing when I originally got this, so I drink one of those in the morning, and then I'd have amino acids, which have a shitload of caffeine in them. I'd take those right after to wake my ass back up.
Woo! You chasing the dragon, boy. Jesus. Let me just slam all these calories in. Oh, man. I wish I could be 21 again. Fuck. That sounds like so much fun and so much pain at the same time.
Yeah.
How tore up is your asshole? Good God. That thing must be...
For the first month, it was a little rough.
Blown out. You must have just that thing must have been begging for mercy that first 30 days.
Listen. After that first month, it's all good. Everything adjusted. We're fine.
We need to talk about how fucking brave Tom is right now, drinking 1,600 calorie shakes in the morning when we're on a toilet paper shortage right now. That is fucking balls. That is fucking balls. I mean, that takes him. He's committed. Like, fuck.
Every morning.
I mean, damn, dude.
7 days a week.
You might run out of toilet paper. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yep. Each one of those bags cost me $40 too. It's not fucking cheap.
He's like, I'm not playing with these games. He's like,
we're still out of toilet paper here in California. Like every time I go to the store, there's nothing there.
How is
no, there's nothing here either.
Well,
like,
I don't know why.
There's a freaking apocalypse about to happen. there's an apocalypse about to happen. Why are people buying shit paper?
It's the
I don't
last
know.
thing on my mind.
Like when I first heard that everybody's grabbing all the toilet paper, I'm like, the fuck is wrong with everybody? I thought everybody'd be going after the guns, the food, like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm like, toilet paper? What?
Thank you.
It
I
was
didn't get it.
like we sold a lot of guns, but the thing was ammo. Ammo was
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous. We sold
Well, even that,
thousands of dollars worth of ammo in that week.
If you think the end of the world's coming, ammo is important, right? There's a lot of zombies you got to kill.
Yeah.
But toilet paper?
The,
Toilet
come
paper,
on.
the week after this blew up, or the week this blew up, the first day we were open, we had a line of 100 people waiting at our door, and they ran to the back for ammo. Like, we didn't have fucking cases of it. Like, relax. Bro.
Wow.
Some guy grabbed like 3 carts and filled them.
Wow.
Like, I
For
don't.
what?
The boogaloo.
Ready?
I mean-
Ready? We're all about to be out of work. It's the end of the world. I'm going to spend $400 on ammo.
Oh, it was more than that. He probably spent $2,000. Easy.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Easy.
You can only shoot
Yeah, 'cause
one gun.
A case of 1,000 is like already like what, $250 over there,
Easy.
Tom?
Yeah, for what?
Yeah,
For
what round?
1,000, let's say 9mm.
Yeah,
That's
probably,
most
probably
popular.
$250.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Can
That's
you hook me
insane.
up on ammo, Tom?
What'd you say?
Can you hook me up on ammo, Tom?
Can I hook you up? Yeah, but I can't ship it.
No,
Well,
you have to
that's a
ship
no,
it to a.
Tom.
You have to ship it to an FFL or whatever.
Yeah, we're not allowed to ship. Well, no, you're not allowed to ship it.
You can ship it via FFL dealer, and then I got to go pay that dickhead to buy my ammo because then he's gonna do a background check on me.
Because we've tried to do that before for somebody.
Wait. You have to do a background check to buy ammo?
Yeah, in California.
In Cali, you do.
What?
Yeah,
Shut up. You're lying.
No.
no. And you can only buy like one gun every 30 days now.
What?
Yeah, it's ridiculous there.
I've never heard of
Isn't that
that. I just
crazy?
went. I went to shout outs to Bam and Knife Guy. I went to Academy to go grab some. I went to my local shop to pick up some ammo to do my deed of supporting my local business. So after I got ass raped for the ammo, I went to Academy to go buy some more ammo. And they were only letting 20 people in the store at a time, and there was a limit of 5 boxes per.
Really?
So I could only get 500 rounds.
See, here's what we did, Steve. We said, fuck that limit. Buy as much as you want. We have enough in our warehouse.
That's what. Yeah, their Academy was like they were on a limit. And I was like, what the fuck?
We got a hold of our distributors, and I guess it's going to be like 3 to 4 months before we see any new ammo.
Yes, I was just going to say that. The only reason why I went and got some is so that I can continue to go to the range, because I watched a video before all this happened, and they were talking about there was starting to be a run on ammo, and the distributors and manufacturers were not going to be able to keep up.
No, of course not.
Yeah, one guy said he ordered today, and they told us 90-day minimum to get any more. So I went and got some so I can still go to the, because usually what I do is I'll go and buy some and I'll shoot my oldest stuff at the range to rotate my stock.
Yeah.
And if I'm not going to be able to get it, I went and got some so I wouldn't have to worry about not being able to get it if I want to go 3 months from now. If I'm not going to be able to find it, at least I already have it.
I know. I didn't even bother. I'm low on ammo myself. I only have I think 600 or 700 rounds left.
Well, the thing that really sucks, too, is that and there's a lot of brands that are still made here in the States, but there's brands like Perfecta, Fiocchi, and a couple others that are made in Italy.
Yeah.
And you know that they ain't making shit in Italy right now.
Yeah.
They ain't making a
Nope.
goddamn thing but coffins.
Yeah. So
That's the only fucking thing they're doing. The only thing they're producing in fucking Italy right now is goddamn coffins.
Oh,
That's
dude,
it.
talking about coffins. My Acuminous Edge. You guys know him.
Yep.
So he was trying to sell a knife to this guy. This guy was trying to buy his annex, and he's like, "Come on, bro, give me a deal." Blah blah blah. So the text says, "He's like, what do you do?" And he says, "Sales symmetry plots. I sell." And the guy's like, ha ha ha, holy shit, that's terrifying. He says, nope, business is booming. He says it, and then he follows up with, it's different. It's an amazing experience. Oh my God.
That's fucking ridiculous.
He's so funny. He told this other dude one time, the guys saw pictures of all his guns and stuff on Instagram. And this guy's like, man, what do you do? He's like, it's not safe on Instagram. We can't talk about it. Oh,
That's
dude, he's so funny, man.
Right there.
Oh, he's so funny, man. He's super funny. Mark's awesome. I love Mark.
I've been fucking with a lot of guys on Instagram, like the DMs, like, because I get a lot of, like, I don't know, you know a lot of guys like in the military and stuff like that, former military and whatnot. I remember when this thing first started in China, I was getting bombarded with all these like DMs from guys like, bro, you gotta watch out, and showing these videos of them, caught, bodies in the streets and people dropping dead in China and blah blah blah. And now all of a sudden that it's over here and nobody's dropping dead in the streets. I'm making fun of everybody. I'm like, yo, where are the coffins at, dog? And they're all like, it's a different strain. It's not the same one. I was shocked at how many military guys that I know legit thought and were hoping that, like, bodies are gonna fucking reanimate and start biting ankles and shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if these guys really understood what that meant, but they were really hoping that was gonna happen. Like they were legit disappointed when they realized everyone wasn't gonna die and turn into a zombie. I was pretty surprised. My brother and sister in the Navy, and I was talking to them, and they were saying the same thing.
But I think we can all agree on one thing. This freaking outbreak has taught me a lot about people right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're a lot dumber than I expected.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I mean,
it's funny you say that. I've been talking to my wife about that for a couple months now. That I'm like, man, I give people way too much credit. They're way stupider than I thought they were.
100%. No, really.
It's amazing to me. I mean, I don't get it. Again, I don't even have to get into all the reasons why. There's a bunch of them, but I'll just toilet paper.
Yeah, that's.
No, you literally took the words out of my mouth. If this thing taught me anything and taught all, is how fucking stupid people really are. Like I'm shocked. I'm like shocked. Like genuinely, I feel like I've been hoodwinked. Like I usually feel like I got a pretty good feel of my surroundings, and like I'm usually like not always the stupidest guy in the room, but this whole thing has made me feel like I'm like just surrounded by, I might as well be surrounded by zombies because they're that intelligent. Like I'm watching people fist fight over toilet paper.
Right, and that was the other thing is not only there's a bunch of them so that's stupid, but let's say like this thing is a real serious problem, and let's say it's killing a bunch of people. If that's the case, then isn't it now the time for everybody to stick together and work together? And it's like, instead, people would rather fight, step all over each other to get their fucking 20 pounds of toilet paper home and do fucking what? Hide out in your house in case you have the shits. Yeah. It's fucking stupid, man. Like, this is the time when the best out of people should be coming out. And it truly brings out some of the worst. And it's really saddening to me that, mankind is like that fucking ugly. I don't think we were always this way. I mean, I know some of us were always this way, but the vast majority of shit that I see going on out there is just, it kind of blew my socks off, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you just said, you would think this would be a time where everybody would come together and try to figure this out and help one another. Because this isn't like a real, like some real shit, right? Like this isn't like you said, like this was something that was really killing, like Ebola. Yeah, like airborne Ebola, right? Like real, like it floats in the air and people are fucking just dying, right? Like this isn't a real fucking serious thing. But instead of people coming together, it's what should be simple. I mean, this should be easy to get through.
Right. Right.
And like you said, you see the worst in people, literally fist fighting over toilet paper.
Yeah.
When it's not like the factory shut down. It's not like you're not going to be able to buy more toilet paper tomorrow.
Yeah, and the trucks are still coming in and all that stuff, and some of us that freaking still go to work every day, and then your wife calls you, you got to pick up some diapers for your daughter or whatever, like I did. All of a sudden I go in there, there's not fucking anything, nothing. I had to go pick up diapers, like you got to get creative, like borrow diapers from, your sister-in-law's house, if you even have that option. But, people just, if you got, leave shit on the shelves. There's plenty more supplies coming. Don't fucking take it and, ruin somebody else's day because you want to fucking get ready for World War III. It ain't fucking happening.
If everybody just went about their normal lives, like shopped like it was any other day, you wouldn't have any confidence.
Right.
There'd still be food. There'd still be toilet paper everywhere. There'd still be food everywhere. It hasn't stopped. The people that have 450,000 rolls of toilet paper in their house aren't any better off than the people that have 5 rolls. Literally.
No, man. I can take my white fucking undershirt right now, rip it into a fucking towel, and fucking wipe my ass with it, wash it out in the fucking sink. Come on, guys.
Did you see the picture that circulated? I don't know if it was on Facebook or somewhere else, but it was some lady who had a cart full of fucking chicken breast, like literally stacked to the top.
Yeah.
With like 60
I've seen all kinds of things, Tom, and none of them are pretty. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I like the one with the like 90-year-old lady that stooped over her cart next to the empty shelves, like she couldn't get there on time to get any fucking, I mean, it's literally the time for people to fucking start growing up. Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm sitting here worried about like the people that need the elderly, right? Now, fortunately, over here in Georgia, at least in my area, Kroger, Publix, all these, their hours got cut, and they don't open until I want to say 9 o'clock in the morning. But from 7 to 9, the only people they'll let in are seniors.
Oh, that's
yeah.
So for that very purpose, because these people, these are elderly people. They're the people that are actually at risk. They're the people that are actually physically slower than you and me, and they're the people that actually need to stay the fuck home.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're the ones that if anybody needs to grab 3 rolls of fucking toilet paper and 17 chicken breasts and stay home for 2 weeks, it's the elderly. That's who the fuck needs to stay you know what I mean? Like that's who needs to stay home, not everybody else. You know what I mean? Like one of the girls that works the front desk will call at my job the other day, I about slapped her in her face. She's lucky there was glass between us. She goes, I'm like, you all right? She's like, I'm just pissed. I can't believe I have to work with the front desk right now. Because she was worried because she comes in contact with people picking up will calls, which is like when a customer will pick up an item, right? Because they put it on the truck. And I'm like, you'll be fine. You're young. She's like, I'm an asthmatic smoker. Well, whose fault is it that you're a smoker, you dumb cunt? Like, would you rather Miss Sharon be at the front desk, the woman who's 74 years old who usually works it? You want her to catch this? Is that what you want? You know what I mean? Like, it was that attitude, like you just said. You think you'd see the best come out of people, but instead, here's this. I mean, she can't be older than fucking 30. Maybe. She's maybe 30. On her worst day with no makeup, she looks like she's 30. And she's pissed off because she fucking wants to choke down 2 packs of cancer sticks a day, that she has to sit at the front desk and potentially get sick, and she'd rather have, our sweet old 70-something-year-old, usual receptionist who's now at home because she doesn't want to fucking die.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. Like, I totally agree with what I was saying.
Oh, shit.
It's spooky.
All right. Well, it's been 3 hours. It's like an old school episode with all 4 of us back on here.
Man.
Well, yeah, you joined about
Hey,
half hour late. But
I want to end this on a high note. I've slammed this lock so many times, it looks like it's moved over. And I was thinking, look,
oh my god.
look.
All right, fixed.
It fixed its own fucking slip.
The Ozark Trail has been fixed.
Look at
Wow.
that. It literally, it's not look like halfway now.
It's a self-repairing lock.
Take that, fucking ZT.
I was gonna say ZT.
Do your lock self-repair? Do your lock self-repair? No. Here's a $4 Ozark Trail. Face.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was good.
It was good having you back on here, Steve. We gotta have you back on again.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Thank you. Especially
when you're not super busy right now, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm in like survival mode. I'm not nearly as busy as I was 3 weeks ago. That's for fuck's sake, sure.
Listen, I want to see more videos then, motherfucker.
So last night I literally sat down and I sharpened what S90V, S30, S35, Maximet, ZDP. I've sharpened about my K390 again. I've sharpened enough now. I'm about to go on a video bonanza. Y'all are going to be sick of me. I'm about to get, like I said, I got that one knife, the one test that I almost got finished on with S35, and then I got a whole bunch more. I got some kitchen knife stuff I'm going to do. Sweet. I'm still working. Yeah, I'm still working right now, thankfully, but I'm definitely not nearly as busy as I was. So I want to try to pump out some videos and hopefully entertain some people for a little while and keep their mind off all this bullshit.
Look forward to it.
Me too, man.
I will do. I will have a video. Hopefully, if I get it done tonight, maybe tomorrow.
You got to watch the one I put out today, Steve.
Huh?
You got to watch the one I put out today.
It was your PM2 impressions, right?
Yeah, impersonating Christy.
Oh, you impersonate Christy?
Yeah.
No. Oh, this is going to be so good.
Yeah, I had somebody comment earlier that said, I was about ready to fucking unsubscribe because I thought you were just ripping off Christy until I watched the end of the video.
Oh, this is so good. It's so weird. Like, he all of a sudden started following me again and being really nice to me. I don't know why, but...
Oh, well. I like Christy. I have no issues with Christy. I like him.
Anybody that's going to make fun of anybody, I highly encourage. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I tagged him in that video, and he liked it, but he didn't comment anything, so I feel like he might be pissed off, but it's whatever.
He better not be. Tell him to take a fucking joke.
I got a bunch of people telling me to impersonate you next.
You should totally do it. Look, all I'm saying is this. If you impersonate me, you got huge shoes to fill because Blue Collar Survival...
Yeah, Blue Collar did the best.
Nailed it, is all I'm saying.
I got to watch it. I got to watch a couple of yours to get a refresher, and I got to watch some of his now to...
You got to watch it. He made fun of everybody, but he had a whole section, like a literal minute-long clip dedicated to making fun of just me, and it was really fucking good.
It was really good.
Right now, the way he walks in and cuts the paper, like he got me good.
I think that's gonna be my next little thing because I've been getting so fucking bored of doing the same cut tests over and over. It gets repetitive.
Yeah, fuck that. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, be goofy.
Yeah, man. If there's ever a time to do it, now's it.
Yeah. I told BJ I'm gonna impersonate Christy, and BJ goes, "You definitely fucking should. That would be hilarious." Yes. What's up, G?
Hey, did your 10 VPM2 have lock stick also?
No.
Oh, that loaner I have has lock stick like crazy.
It was off center when I got it, and then I switched the clip around, and it was still off center, and then I played with it for like 3 minutes, and I looked back, and it was centered. So there's that.
Mine's not. Have you seen my lock stick? Mine's got whole, like I think I got a bruise on my finger from carrying it. Mine's got nasty. Here, I'll grab it. Hold on, I'll show you. Where is it?
Nothing on mine. It had a tiny bit to begin with, maybe, but not much. Paul said to impersonate Steve, just make a point and back it up with something sensationally irrelevant, and then argue the other side.
Oh, backpedaling.
You say backpedaling?
No,
talking about me?
Paul says just make a point, back it up with something sensationally irrelevant, and then argue the other side.
There you go. There's Steve 101. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen, ready? Hold on.
Is that your 10V one?
Yeah.
Did you dye it?
No, these are AWT aluminum scales
Oh, nice.
because I love AWT.
What is up with
And
everybody
they
getting
make.
rid of the Coyote Brown?
Because it's ugly.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
No, dude,
It looks
the
like a
brown
used
on the
buffalo.
S35 PM2 is so much
You
better.
think so? I like the
It was.
Coyote. It looks really good. It looks better with the black blade, though.
All
I
right,
think,
fellas.
yeah.
I'm gonna cut out because I can hear my daughter going ape shit in there.
Okay.
My wife's probably losing her mind.
All right, buddy.
Good to
later.
see you, Steve.
Good to see you too, bro.
See you later, Alex.
Bye, G. Bye, Tom.
See you, buddy.
See you guys.
Bye,
All
Tom.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
No, yeah, I love aluminum scales, and AWT does a fucking retarded. I've got this one. I got my bug out, and I just got back my grip,
How much are
and
they?
they fucking these. I think it was like $75.
Not terrible.
No, but they're like okay. So when I got mine, I mean the pivot was all the way tightened down, and I had blade play side to side. Not terrible, but I had blade play,
Right.
and it was off center to the clip side a little bit. Once I put these scales on, dead centered, no play, and it rock solid.
Sweet.
Same thing happened with my bug out. And my grip already didn't have any play in the center, but it kept it. They do a really, really good job. And the coating they use on this, they say on their website that I don't know, whatever it is, it's supposed to be harder than steel.
Yeah.
And it legit is, because when I got my bug out, they didn't. A lot of that coating got in the screw holes for the clip,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got nervous because when I started putting the screw in, it got tight,
Ooh.
and I was worried that I was going to strip. I thought something was wrong with the thread.
That's what I noticed about this. The clip screws are all fucked up. When I went to flip it to tip up, one of them went in extremely difficult. I swear to God, I probably stripped the threads. It's whatever. It's in there now. It's not moving. I'm not gonna move it, but I was like, son of a bitch. It wasn't tapped right.
Hey man, cross threaded is threaded, bro.
Yeah, it's in there. It ain't moving.
Tight is tight.
I tried I felt it getting tight, so I backed it out, tried to put it back in again, backed it out, tried to put it back in again, then I said, fuck it, and just jammed it in there.
That's it. I'm staying. I ain't moving it.
Yep. Paul says he'd like to see some knurled aluminum scales like the ProTech SBR has. That'd be badass.
That would be badass.
I love the texture on my SBR. It's got that knurling on the scales.
That's fucking cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of aluminum scales on most knives, man. Like if they're done right, I'm gonna do a test with that. I'm gonna take some of these aluminum scales and I'm gonna throw them against some gravel and rocks.
Yeah.
To show everybody, because I like my other two scales, I've dropped them on the concrete multiple times, and they don't even get so much as a scratch because of the coating that they use on this.
Oh, really?
They don't dent, they don't ding. It's not like cheap aluminum. Whatever they do to heat treat these things and coat them is different.
My little Holt that I've dropped on the concrete a couple of times, and the aluminum dinged a little bit, but the coating is still there.
Yeah, I was saying, whatever they use, that mil spec, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's what I was saying. When I put these screws in, they felt tight.
Yeah.
So when I backed them out, the screws started looking like they were stripping a little bit, like flattening out. Wow. So I called up AWT, and the guy was like, hey, I think I'm going to strip these, the threads. And he laughed. He's like, you're not going to, he's like, there's no way. He's like, that coating's stronger than those screws. I'm like, you sure? He's like, dude, put a little oil on the end to get them to start going. He goes, if you strip the scales or the screws, he goes, just send them to me. I'll replace the whole thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's cool.
When I put those fucking screws in there, I'm telling you, that coating, those screws aren't coming out. Like, I'm telling you, I fucking pancake the threads on those screws getting in there because of whatever coating is on that is hard as fuck. Like, it's legit.
Type
like,
3, mil spec, whatever.
Yeah, whatever they call it, or whatever
hard
they do it. Yeah, hard anodized, whatever. All I know, like I said, these things don't It's not like a 940.
Yeah.
Like I've dinged a 940 dropping it before.
Yeah, those ding up pretty easy.
Yeah, these are however they heat treat this 6061 is different, and whatever coating they use is different because it's harder. Cool. It's a lot more resilient than that stuff. But yeah, they're great.
And that
The
just
other
makes the
thing is,
PM2 feel completely different too.
have you tried these?
I've tried. I've had tie scales on. Like a metal handle makes it feel completely different.
Totally different. So like these scales, I'll show what's his name. There's a chamfer. I don't know if you can see it. How this chamfer they have on all the edges.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't look like much, but this knife went from horrendous ergonomics to good. Like I sat there and took a bunch of oak branches from the tree out here, and that's what I usually do is I'll sit there and I'll just start tearing at them and just digging at them for 30 minutes or so to see how it feels, like the ergos feel. And this thing didn't give me like any hot spots anymore.
Sweet.
Like zero. None of this back here where this lock bar cutout is, or down here dug into my hands at all.
Awesome.
So like I would highly recommend this.
Yeah, you know what's funny? My blue M390 that was Josh carried it a lot, I carried it a lot. It's actually worn the sharpness off the corner of the G10 scales, and that one particular PM2, like the loaner I just got, the red M390 I still haven't tested that's new, those things are sharp.
Yeah,
like they're uncomfortable. The blue one doesn't bother my hand, but ones that are new, they're way too sharp.
It blew my mind. I couldn't figure out what it was because just that little chamfer, man, that little bit of rounding, it makes such a big difference. And I didn't realize it would, but like G just said, just wearing that edge out, you know what I mean? Like it makes a world of difference. Like when you're actually, bearing down on this thing. If you're using it as a 10V letter opener, you don't have to listen to me.
Hey, I even hand sharpened this bitch on video.
What?
Yeah.
You whittling hair both ways?
No, I don't have any hair long enough to do that. I was gonna grab a piece of fucking fishing line just to imitate him because that's so easy to do.
Oh, you should. Oh god, that would have been epic. If you just start pulling some, but you should have got like braided.
Yeah,
like not like monofloor. No, you don't need that mono. Like braided.
Something absurdly large too. Just
yeah. Like super thick, like 100-pound test braided spider line.
You gotta watch it because I threw something in there that was really fucking funny. I feel like nobody's caught it yet, but it's a little detail while I'm cutting that I feel like someone like you that has seen some of his videos would appreciate. I did like a little zoom feature on something. And
don't tell me. Let me go watch it. I'll go watch it right after this.
It's funny as fuck. I was laughing making it.
That's good. He's like, I was laughing making it. That's how we know you're having fun.
Oh, fuck.
That's fucking awesome.
All right, guys, I got to run.
Yep,
I still got to sharpen that Maximate so I can video that test in the morning, and I still got to eat.
Have fun, buddy.
I know. G's a fucking maniac. He's still putting out videos like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have so many I've cut with. I haven't even done the intro or the ending to. I have so much cutting footage.
I had some guy DM me the other day or email me or something. He was like, hey, I'm a big fan, yada yada something. And he's like, yeah, man, I can't wait for your next video. He's like, I would have been fucking gone stir fucking crazy if it wasn't for Gerald. I don't know how he puts out so many fucking videos. He goes, I don't even think the guy has a fucking job. He's like, I have no idea how somebody puts out that many videos. And I was laughing. I was like, oh, he most definitely has a job. He's just a fucking savage. But he does it.
I go into work early to record, like all that stuff at the bench. That's at the shop at work.
Oh, really?
I go in early to do all that.
You're fucking psycho.
That's why I told him. I was like, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I probably spend 25, 30 hours a week of my own time doing shit for my channel.
You're crazy, G.
Look, waking up extra early to go to the shop extra early just to get it done.
Nope.
Bananas.
Couldn't be me.
Fucking bananas. Like, the guy's insane.
Yeah, but look, my my spreadsheet's pretty caught up. I think I finally surpassed of videos I put out. I have 100 different results of my own.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fucking insane. Like, I love you, dude.
Massive
like,
respect for you, man.
You put that alone.
Massive respect. I could never do that.
The amount of data you put out alone is retarded.
Oh, I thought I had a lot of like 20 something.
No, he does so many. He does so
then
many.
you verify him.
Yeah.
He goes
Yeah,
back through and
yeah.
runs them again until he gets a fucking verified
Dude,
result.
look, you have no idea. I already cut with Roman's Vancron to get my first number, and I cut with Maximit. When I run the Maximit and the Vancron in the morning, just for that one test to run and verify,
So
it's
1,500 feet.
I did the math. It's something like
1,500 feet.
I don't know, like 3,200 feet of cardboard for one video.
Oh,
for
Jesus
one
Christ.
video.
That's
Yeah.
more than all those or those 204P blades that I'd fucking tested for Brian. Just in those two
Yeah.
knives.
Yeah, all 10 of them.
Yeah. I have another 8 to test, by the way. So I got 8 more of those bitches to test.
Better go to Walmart now and get some boxes.
I don't want to go to Walmart with everything that's going on. My dad has respiratory issues. I don't want to bring any of that shit home. It's not worth it to jeopardize people's health for fucking cutting cardboard.
Oh, your dad's got a health issue.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna. I have some cardboard here. I can get to like maybe 3 or 4 blades, but I'm not gonna get to the full 8.
Oh, dude, look, I've saved up so much cardboard. The boxes I cut, and not counting like Maximum or Vancron, like the normal stuff that does like 200-300 feet working edge, I can get like 4 of those out of a box.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like, last I counted, I have 30-something boxes. So
Jesus.
I'm good for a while, but I think I'm going to switch to Walmart cardboard so that I'm not cutting 8 1/4 inches at a time. So I'm cutting a little over 2 feet at a
Yeah,
time.
that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, the mediums are like 26.5 inches, I think.
I buy the larges. I said fuck it. I just bought the big
That's
bits.
even bigger, yeah. It depends. I try to just grab the medium just because I remember, but I've done large, I've done small. I think the smalls are like 22, the larges are like 28 or 30, depending on which way you go.
That one. Yeah, I guess folded up, it's 22 tall, and then you got the flaps on the other side still. So.
With flaps, yeah, it's like 28 or 30 inches, yeah.
Yeah.
You do 8.5 inch, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So many cuts.
Well, look, this did 230 fine, 715 working. It was 1,070 something cuts for working edge of 8 1/4 inches at a time.
That like perfectly backs up my fucking native that I did a long time ago. My native was like 730 something, I think.
Can we talk about my shitty Mannix that did 300 like something, like 400 or something?
Yours was soft.
It was like 66 or 65.
It doesn't sound soft, but it's soft compared to what we have.
It is. I mean, in the scale of things, 400 feet working edge is astounding. But when you compare it to yours and his, that are 3 full Rockwell points higher and twice as much cardboard, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Dude, like I said in the chat, I think that Para 3 Maximum in use seems to stay sharp longer than this. I think it's going to cut more than this did.
That's retarded.
Have you had both of them poked?
No.
You should.
Dude, look, I said it in one of my videos. I equate it to getting a hardness number on it's like putting an engine or a car on the dyno. That's great. You get a number and it tells you something.
Right.
But cutting cardboard is like taking your same car with the same engine
to the track,
running it the drag strip. Your trap speed does not lie.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's like cutting does not lie. I don't need to know what this poke's at. I know it's going to cut 700 feet of cardboard.
Yeah. I want to see one of these things get over 70, damn it. We've been so close.
Kurt's was close, like 69.8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Over 70 is going to be.
For a little while, I had the hardest one. I was real happy about that at 69.2.
I had the hardest one for a minute at 66.
Well, it wasn't enough data.
I had the hardest knife he'd ever tested with my ZDP Endura at 63. That was a record at the time.
He tested mine, and I was like, yes.
I used that Police 4 K390 Kurt sent it, 65.5. I used that for a little over a month at work. I still got to do the video. I cut tested that. I can tell you in sharpening and use, that 10 VPM2 is not going to beat that K390 in a test.
You don't think so?
You don't think
no. I don't think so.
I cut 200 feet of cardboard with it yesterday, and it didn't feel like it lost anything.
I ran the factory edge. The one the guy sent me, I stropped it the same way I stropped for a test. I ran the factory edge. Factory edge did like 130 fine and 180 working. So I know it's definitely going to pick up. I sharpened it, ran the first edge. It did about the same as the factory edge. So it was definitely overheated.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and ran it over a 300 grit stone. So it's got a nice flat apex. So by the time I sharpen it again, it should be past anything that's bad.
Oh, yeah. This is on its third one, so I can get a cut test with it soon. I still got a burr on this side. I haven't finished it. This third time sharpening, or third or fourth time, I can't remember. Third or fourth time sharpening it. It's you know that point when all of a sudden you're sharpening the same knife, and all of a sudden the characteristics totally change.
Yeah.
Like, you know that moment when you got past the shit steel.
It gets nasty, sticky, and
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're like, all of a sudden the burr gets real tiny.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then when you fucking deburr it, you're like, oh, you off the stone, you're like, ooh, why is that cutting so deep? That's where I think I finally got this guy.
That's good.
It felt like it changed.
I'm hoping this one gets a little bit better. Like I said, I'm not a great sharpener off the on freehand. I'm okay, but yesterday, like coming off the DMT Extra Fine, I was like, that's pretty fucking nice. I'm pretty happy with that. This is nice. I've never sharpened something this high in carbide freehand.
Well, that's the cool thing about 10V is it should sharpen like a dream. You know, it's not super high in carbide. You know what I mean? It's not like crazy high, but all the carbide that it does have is straight vanadium.
Yeah.
Like it's just unadulterated, pure, fuck you. Like,
that makes it pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm going to do some edge stability. That's why I was sharpening. I got that Smooth G10 Crewwear Mannix. And once I get done with the cut test, I'm going to do like a quick edge stability test in the same video. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to whack it through some steel wire, do the same with Crewwear, so you can see side by side a steel like Crewwear that's really tough and really edge stable, and a steel like this it's a lot higher in carbide, and you can see the edge damage.
Yeah.
I want to show everybody, because I think this will do really well. I think hammering this through some steel wire and doing some popping, I think this will do really well. I don't think it's going to chip. I think it's going to do real well. So I want people to see, how teased I think this steel really is. Or it might chip and I might look like an idiot. One of the two.
Yeah. Did you see, or do you know that Sean's working with them with 15V?
No.
Sean is working with them for a custom heat treat on 15V for a model at some point later this year.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's been in discussion since like last fall.
Really?
Yep.
No, you didn't tell me that. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. He's been all over the Spyderco forums with him and Sal. And, yeah, because he was posting something about 15V, about how well it was performing and how his heat treat was doing. And Sal's like, shoot me a PM. And then they've just kind of been PMing back and forth. And then I guess they're working on, it sounds like a new model between the two of them.
He's been on that forum for many years.
Yes, that and Blade forums.
Many years. He's been Dead Box Hero for a minute. So I hope he's getting paid.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. It'd be badass to get a knife with his 15V heat treat in a production capacity at a good price.
If they can do that.
Right. It might not be. It definitely won't be to the attention to detail.
No, it'll be a watered down version, but hopefully it'll be better.
Yeah.
Because 15V's nasty stuff.
He loves 15V.
Because apparently, again, it's like 10V. Like the reason people like 10V, it's a very high. It's not even really a high carbide steel. It's a high wear resistant steel that also has a lot of strength, toughness, and edge stability.
Yeah.
And 15V is pretty much the same recipe, just jacked up even higher.
Yeah.
So it should do the same thing. You can get it real hard. You can get it with a lot of wear resist. 15V with his heat treat, I guarantee you, will outcut Maximum.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll outcut Maximum, maybe even at a slightly lower HRC. You know what I mean? Just because of the sheer amount of vanadium that's in it, and it'll be more edge stable, and it'll be tougher, and it'll be easier to sharpen.
I want to do a comparison with this and Maximate at some point.
You should. That'd be fun.
Because they go about it achieving what they get in two completely different ways.
Yep. Well, that's when I did my last test with Rex, K390, and Maximate.
Yep.
That's why everybody was so surprised, because I was like, both these steels are at 66 Rockwell. And I made the prediction that I thought K390 would outcut Maximate because of the pure vanadium content. You know what I mean? Where Maximate doesn't really shine until you get it super, super hard.
Yep.
Like you said, they go about it two different ways. And I mean, it didn't blow it out of the water. It outcut it by a little bit. I wouldn't say I was like, right, but it definitely outcut it, or it cut at least as much or a little bit more. So 15V, if they can get 15V to work, that'll be. I mean
That's
that's
badass.
That'll be badass. Yeah, if you work in an area with a lot of cardboard, you'll be the man.
It sucks. I got this. I got the. It's the same job at a different place. I don't cut as much fucking cardboard anymore, so I don't even need stuff like this anymore. But it's still cool to have.
It's still fun to have.
Yeah,
it's still fun to bust
for sure.
I do. Look, I think back to some of the jobs I had. I used an HBR 13 Kershaw at some of those jobs, and that thing would probably stay sharp for me for a month or two.
Depending on where you work, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it for me now, but this Rex 45, I'm still in the factory edge, and it's still doing fucking great. I've had it for 2 weeks.
Rex is tippy stuff, man. Rex is like, crew wear on steroids, right? Rex, you can beat the fuck out of Rex.
I'm liking it a lot.
You can beat that's the cool thing. It's real hard. It's got really good wear resistance, but you can beat the fuck out of Rex. I've hammered Rex through that 16 gauge steel wire, and it didn't even roll. Like nothing.
Yeah,
like
I'm seeing no edge deformation.
Funny is, after I did my video on M4 and Rex 45, John's like, you need to drop the bevel on that, and I'm like, dude, it's a comparison of you sharpen the same way at the same angle. It's great that I can run it at 13 degrees per side. But that doesn't help me when I'm trying to compare it at 15 degrees per side to M4, and it's cutting almost identical, just like it did for you.
Yeah.
It's a comparison.
Yep.
For a reason.
Absolutely. All right. Well, fuck, we're at almost 3.5 hours now. This is like an old school episode.
And this Ozark Trail is at about 75% lockup. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'll get 100%. Look.
Fucking rock solid now.
Solid now, baby. That's all I do. Just keep fucking with this thing and it'll wear in. Got that Emerson style.
You can carry that thing tomorrow now.
Yeah.
I know. I might just.
All right, boys.
With the coronavirus, it's not like I'm cutting a lot of shit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be it for us. So anyone in the Twitch chat who has stayed for these entire 3.5 hours, thank you.
You're fucking insane.
Yeah, we've maintained a decent amount of viewers for this entire 3 hours, so that's been...
You guys are fucking crazy. You can tell it's coronavirus, or else nobody would be on this phone.
You guys are crazier than Gerald. So, anyone listening to this or watching this after the fact, thank you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.